The American Midwest has so many hidden gems, and tonight it's the Chicagoland Speedway, which now lives on the iRacing platform as an amazing 1.5 mile track gone perhaps too soon from the NASCAR circuit. It'll be the perfect host of the 7th race of the Outlaws Sim Series Cup season, which is coming up next on Pit Stop TV. Good evening all, and welcome to the virtual Joliet, Illinois. Devin Zimmerman is back in action alongside myself on the call this evening. Edward Shearer, who had an amazing show last week, is back to being out and about the virtual track, taking pictures of all the action this evening. And Devin, you told me this is your favorite track. What makes you say that?
Emerson, it's good to be back, and yes, this is my favorite track on the service of iRacing. It's just such a unique oval. You know, it has the curved backstretch, the tri-oval in the front, and you can run multiple lanes in both turns. You can run the high lane, you can run the bottom lane. However, just off of experience, I found that if you can get your car to roll that bottom and be right on that white line in both turns, you're going to be so quick over the long run. That high line, though, is going to be dominant by a lot of these cars on the short run. Of course, then they'll start to fall off just a bit. But yeah, we'll get a look at the track map there. You can see it's not a perfect backstretch or back straightaway. You know, little turn there in the back end. Great little track here in Joliet, Illinois. And you can see there the NASCAR Cup Series. Joey Logano holds the fastest lap here back in 2013. Ryan Newman, the fastest Xfinity in 2005 in a Dodge Charger. And then Austin Hill, the fastest truck back in 2018 in Toyota Tundra. Like you said, Emerson, this track gone too soon. Such a fun track to drive. 1 and 2, a little bit more banking than 3 and 4. 3 and 4, it seems like it sweeps. And you have to wait so long to get on the throttle, it feels like, in 3 and 4. But man, it's such a fun track to drive. You're going to see a lot of side-by-side battles, but everybody should be giving plenty of room because the lanes are either right down on the white line or kind of right up by the wall, maybe that third lane. If you see some guys in the middle, they're going to be the ones that are just trying to make a move, trying to do something happen. But that middle lane is kind of unsustainable. So I look for the guys who are kind of ruling that bottom to be good if we get a long run here. And history tells us in this series that we will get a long run. The last race here, Emerson, went green to checker. And Reese Schaefer, who has not joined us this season, but he has joined us in the past. Reese Schaefer won the race. And it, like I said, it went green the whole race. And we're looking for that again here. I think we can get it done.
Absolutely. Why not, right? That was 175 laps. Those are Xfinity Series cars. Tonight, again, we're in the NextGen car. We can't go a week without saying how incredibly different these cars are. Here on the NASCAR side of things, the Cup Series side of things, where we had the big, heavy Gen 6 car with 4 gears and a whole different steering box. Now we have the rack and pinion steering, the 5 gears, the diffuser, the single lugs, all that stuff to add on to just the unknowns that lie ahead these drivers heading into tonight's race. What is known, though, is the point standing coming into tonight's race. Through 6 rounds, we have had 4 winners. Jonathan Jennings, Max Service, 2 of them. Adrian Schumacher, you see there in 16th, right on the cut line, but technically he's in with his win. And Joshua Lane Fox is a part-time driver this season with the win at Daytona. We can look at the point standings here. Max Service did close in a little bit with a dominant performance at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Seth Berger there, 3rd place in points, 73 points back. Has yet to win a race this season, our season 1 champion. Can he do it at his home track? We'll have to see. Andrew Pratt still vying up in the top 5 there. 4th in points, 78 points back. Jeremiah Stutzman 5th in points, 83 points back. Joseph Cossie in 6th with 94 points back off of point leader Jonathan Jennings. Scott Bailey in 7th with 107 points back. Greg Hole 8th, 109 back. Kevin Thompson in 9th, 110 back. And James Gilliard still holding on to the top 10 in points, 124 back, Devin.
Yeah, then newcomer Jacob Reeves there in 11th position, 124 back. And then Randall Barnett there in 12th, 137 back. Seth Fitzpatrick in 13th, 138 back. Doug Solms making his presence known, sitting in 14th position, 148 back. But man, for a guy who has been getting better and better, I can't say enough good things about Doug Solms and his improvement from season 1 through season 2 and then on to this season. Also, in 15th, Andrew St. Cour, just 1 point back to him there, 149 points back of our leader. Adrian Schumacher, like you said, he has the win. He's locked in. He is in the final playoff spot, 161 points back. And the guy that's right behind him there, Brad Bothwell, only 7 points back. But again, Schumacher has the win. So Bothwell really kind of shooting for Andrew St. Cour there. I know it's a little early to start talking about this, but you don't want to fall too far behind too early. You're going to be crawling your way back to try and get in towards the middle end of the season. You don't want that. But yeah, Bothwell sitting there 168 points back. Devin Smith, who's had some good runs, been caught up in some incidents this season, 172 points back there in 18th. John Mickey, 177 points back. And Adam Gardner, still in 20th, 182 points back.
That's the point standings kind of heading into tonight's race here at the Chicagoland Speedway. And again, with Jonathan Jennings and Max Server at the top of the charts, or top of the point standings, both with 2 wins apiece, and Schumacher kind of with the outlier with the road course win there in 16th. When will somebody else come and step up to the plate? We'll just have to, I guess, wait and see. Will it be tonight after 170 laps? That'll be an intriguing one to find out. Now, of course, we also have a whole schedule to go through. We can kind of recap what we've gone through so far with Daytona. I already said the wild race that was 165 laps with all the overtime attempts factored in there. Joshua Lane Fox won that, a part-timer this season. Canadian Tire, Joseph Cossie started off as the leader, had an off about lap 11. Adrian Schumacher swooped in and led the rest of the 44 laps. Auto Club, that was gone on and taken by Jonathan Jennings, his first Outlaws win. He backed it up with the Nashville Fairgrounds the following week. Chaotic race at Atlanta saw Max Service kind of swoop in and get his 4th Outlaws Sim Series win of his career. And then he backed that up and said that was not a lucky win. This is a dominant win here at Indy that Max Service took. And here we are at Chicagoland. Again, a lot to play for. The top of the charts looking a little spicy, I'd have to say. Granted, this is also only the 2nd mile and a half of the season, Devin. But still a lot to go for as far as the schedule is. But anyway, we look forward past tonight. We have the short track in Iowa coming up, the Super Speedway at Talladega, Dirt Oval, Bristol Dirt, Rockingham round 11, and the Watkins Glen full course with the boot and all there at round 12. Devin?
Yeah, then we go to the short track in Martinsville, Virginia for the round 13. Round 14, another short track there at Indianapolis Raceway Park. This time we're going to be on that little short track just a few miles away from the big track. Then we head back to the 1.5 mile in Texas Motor Speedway. And then we're going to go to the 3-mile Fantasy iRacing Super Speedway. It's wide open there. There's they used to put restrictor plates on the cars. They don't do that anymore. They kind of just limit the how the engine handles it. But that's all gone. It's going to be wide open. And iRacing Super Speedway will really get to see the top speed of all of these new generation cars. Then we're going to go to New Hampshire, the Magic Mile there in the northeast part of the country, round 17. Round 18, we're going to head to the 2-mile track in Michigan. And then we're going to go back dirt track racing in Eldora for round 19. We'll follow that up back to a trip to Daytona to mark pretty much what we would call the halfway point, but it's a little over halfway. But yeah, we'll head back to Daytona. Then we're going to go to one of my favorite road courses of all time, Laguna Seca in California. Such a great course. I cannot wait to see these cars handle the corkscrew there. Then we'll head to the 2-mile track over in the Poconos, Pocono Motor Speedway. Then we're going to go to Phoenix, the 1 mile, the Jewel in the Desert, and for round 23. And then back to the East Coast for Charlotte in round 24. And this is getting where we're setting up the playoffs.
Yeah, the final 2 races of the regular season, you have the Bristol Oval with the concrete, and then back that up with another concrete 1.3 mile track with the Nashville Super Speedway. Then that's where the top 16 points will get, reset, and we'll be right back to it again with basically a whole new mini season, Daytona Road Course, to kick off the playoffs. They'll then go all the way back up north to Wisconsin with the Milwaukee Mile for round 28, and the Charlotte Roval for the end of that first round of 16. Two roadies in the first round is going to put a lot of pressure on some of those drivers who may not be all that on the road course. We'll have to see what happens there in that first round. Fast forward to round 2 to round the 12, USA International, Lakeland, Florida's USA International there at round 30. Then you go to the chaotic Talladega Super Speedway, and then into the Lady in Black, the track that's too tough to tame, the Darlington Raceway at round 32. That'll be the cutoff race. And then here we go with the round of 8. We got Homestead and Atlanta, a couple mile and a halves. Atlanta will be in a super speedway form there around 34. And then the tight short track at North Wilkesboro there around 35. That's where we'll have the final 4 drivers reset. And the first of the checkered flag at Richmond at round 36 will be your Outlaws Sim Series NextGen Cup champion. So that is the schedule with a bow tie on it. We still have a long way till we get to Richmond. But our second intermediate track, or I'm sorry, our second mile and a half track of the season. We have plenty more to come up, but this is going to be huge because you can kind of say Atlanta's a little bit of an outlier because of just its shape and how difficult that track is. Chicago now, before Atlanta was changed on the NASCAR circuit, Devin, and before Chicagoland no longer had a slot on the NASCAR schedule. Those were the 2 oldest surfaces in the series. Atlanta was older, and Chicagoland was the second oldest. Now everything's kind of been repaved, and those 2 tracks are now off the schedule. I'm sorry, Chicago's off the schedule. Atlanta's been repaved. So a lot of differences now to what track has the oldest surface. Right now it's Auto Club, and then actually I think Auto Club's second most, and then Chicagoland's third most. But nonetheless, Auto Club's the oldest surface, and that's looking to be changed in the future as well. But that's a whole long-winded way of saying that I think this is going to be the closest to the rest of the mile and a half. It's going to be closer to the Vegases, the Kansases. Maybe not Texas, but you'll maybe get more of a gauge about Texas here than, say, Atlanta. But then again, new cars, a whole lot to play for, Devin.
Yeah, I mean, with the way that this track runs, Atlanta, it's really hard to pass. Even in the old configuration, it's just really hard to get around someone in Atlanta if you run that high lane. Here at Chicagoland, you can run side by side. You can pass on the bottom. You may not be able to do it early in the run. That bottom lane's going to really have to start to come in, and you're really going to have a good long run car that can roll that bottom for it to work. But if you can do that, then that bottom lane will come in. You'll start to make passes, and you can make passes on the high lane here. So it just depends on how you set up the car. How you want to play this race. Again, if we go green to green, we're going to see a lot of passing. So this should not be, a kind of follow the leader race at all. I expect to see quite a bit of passing, quite a bit of side-by-side racing. It may get strung out just a little bit, but guys are going to start to catch each other at the end of runs, and that should make it interesting. But again, this track is wide enough, and the lanes are far enough apart that you see people running. That we shouldn't see a whole lot of cautions. This track does favor the long green flag run. We've seen it when the Cup Series came here in the past. So, it's bound to be a very exciting race. Again, one of my favorite tracks on iRacing, just because it allows for that dual lane and that side-by-side racing that's really fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. A big, wide track that, again, offers a lot of raceability. Can't wait till we get the green flag out to start tonight's race. But before that, we are still wrapping up practice. We have 10 minutes left in this practice session. Zoltan Herczeg has returned to the top of the chart. Zoltan Herczeg has yet to finish a race where I think Zoltan Herczeg can finish a race. He's had some bad luck to start the season. He finally had kind of a bright spot at Atlanta, and then had an accident about the first quarter way into that race. Herczeg has kind of been struggling a lot. But tonight, again, top of the charts, looking to kind of change that luck around. Derek McMurtry up there in second. Another driver who I don't think has shown where he can place in this Outlaws Sim Series just yet. McMurtry always has a lot of speed in practice. Will he be able to bring it with him into the qualifying and in the race? Greg Holt, of course, we know is fast most weeks, but is still looking for his first win on the season. Adrian Schumacher, still looking for his first his first oval win that isn't Daytona. So we could expect Adrian Schumacher to be contending as well. Andrew St. Coeur has now just put it 5th quickest, along with Andrew Pratt up there in 6th. Andrew St. Coeur having a great run in practice right now there in 5th. Andrew Pratt in 6th. Seth Berger 7th. Jonathan Jennings 8th. Looking to see if he can get back to victory lane. Kevin Thompson 9th, and Robert Gianni in the top 10. Devin, looking at these practice times, who's kind of sticking out to you? Maybe who do you want to find out a little bit more from?
Why don't we talk to the hometown boy there, Burger Nation's own Seth Berger? We'll see if we can get him up into the booth, pick his brain about his hometown track, and see what he's got in store here. His teammates has kind of come alive here with 2 wins in a row, and we know they run similar setups, so just want to pick his brain and see if he's not here at this moment. I know he will be. But I guess we will. Yeah. Man, we could have got him there.
I think he would have appreciated that. Robert Gianni just shot up to 4th on the charts, and you know what? I was gonna say, okay, I do see him. I have no idea who Robert Gianni is. He's kind of come out of nowhere. He showed up at Nashville and didn't have all that great of a race, but then came out with a lot of speed at Indy. Again, had some issues, but now really up there, 4th in the practice charts. We're gonna go ahead and bring up Robert Gianni. I want to go ahead and kind of pick his brain a little bit. Hey, Robert, this is us up in the Pit Stop TV booth. 7 minutes left here in practice. Just kind of wanted to gauge how you're feeling about tonight's race up there in 4th. I know you were just in 10th, so a little bit of speed pick up there. What happened? How you get up there?
Just playing around, trying to make some adjustments. Basically, our practice is from 7 o'clock to this point now. We all got jobs and we're all busy, so trying to fine tune and get what we can out of these cars. So.
Hey, absolutely. So you kind of surprised us when you kind of just came onto the scene from out of nowhere, seemingly to us, back at the Nashville Fairgrounds. I know that race did kind of go according to plan. There was a little bit of contact with one of the front runners as well. So fast forward to Indy, where again, a lot of trouble at the beginning. So you kind of been ridiculed by bad luck to start your Outlaws Sim Series career. Putting it 4th here in practice, could tend to lead to a nice qualifying spot and maybe stay ahead of that trouble. How are you? How are you feeling about maybe turning your luck around at this point?
I'm hoping tonight is the night we can turn it around. Just get a top 10. I'd be happy. We've had speed. Last week we decided to not qualify and go to the just start in the back and be patient, and got caught up into some unfortunate wreck early on involving my teammate. And but today we're gonna go out and hopefully put that behind us and try to go for a W.
So. We've had one other mile and a half on the schedule so far. We had Atlanta, but I feel like Atlanta's such an outlier when we talk about mile and a halves. What can you kind of tell us how this next-gen car kind of reacts, kind of handles around a mile and a half here, say the Chicagoland Speedway, and what are we going to be looking for maybe as different as opposed to the Gen 6 car?
Be honest with you, I think it's still early on, but from what I know, we're definitely going to be up towards the top of the track today. It's going to be hard to pass on the bottom. It's going to be loose. The cars are a little swirly. Can't go onto the apron in the past on the front stretch. You get down there, my car definitely doesn't like it. It gets very unhappy. But otherwise, it races. I'm not big on the rack and pinion steering, but it's something to get used to. And but otherwise, I think we're learning. I mean, everything's learning. Every day's a little better and a little faster. So.
Sure enough. Well, Robert, 4th day in practice charts, looking to hopefully turn that luck around. Best luck to you tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit later on, Robert.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good day in the booth, and I do want to give unfortunately, Brad's not going to be with us here today. He had a passing of the family, so I want to give a condolence to him and his family, and hopefully everybody, we're thinking about him. So hopefully we'll have a good race and go win one for Brad and his family tonight.
Yeah, sure enough. Have had no idea that that'd be the reason why he was missing tonight. So yeah, our condolences out to Brad and his family as well. Yeah, well, best luck to y'all at the B&G camp, and yeah, hopefully we'll talk to one of y'all later on at least.
I appreciate it. You guys enjoy the booth. Bye.
Robert Gianni there in the 34 car. Still has yet to kind of prove himself in his Outlaws Sim Series. Is tonight gonna be the night, Devin?
Yeah, we'll see. A lot of speed, it looks like, in those cars. And these guys showed up at Atlanta. So, the only other mile and a half that we've been to, these B&G cars were fast. They were up front. They qualified up front. They stayed up front for quite a while until they started running into trouble. Just couldn't put the whole race together, but they were in prime position to really start to run away with that thing before kind of trouble found them. Hertzeg, Brothwell, Gianni, of course. All of them were up at the front the whole time at the beginning half of that race. So I look for those guys to really be out there. And again, like you said, Emerson, our hearts go out to Brad Bothwell and his family on the passing that they're experiencing. Of course, all the condolences in the world to him and his family. And sorry he can't be here, but definitely an understandable reason. So if they're watching tonight, Brad, our hearts are with you. Thoughts are with you. Prayers are with you. So yeah, man, I hope that there's you can endure this trial that's in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, not easy for anyone. Yeah, it seems like, unfortunately, this has kind of been a little common amongst our drivers over the past couple of years. So yeah, it's not easy. Unfortunately, it's not fun. But to kind of move on from that, we kind of have to. Practice is coming towards a close, and as far as B&G is looking, Zoltan Herzeg is of course top of the charts. Robert Gianni there in 4th, and looking for James Gilliard. Gilliard is down in 17th, but Gilliard is sporting some new colors on his number 33. It's like a Kool-Aid car. Yep, there it is. The Kool-Aid Man car there on that number 33. And I was trying to stall long enough to see if we can get a potential Seth Berger. I guess we're just gonna have to hit on him mid-race at that.
Yeah, we'll pick his brain then.
Right. But we carry on nonetheless. And well, of course, I think this is a perfect time that we gotta go ahead and shout out all of our partners here at Pitstop TV. Of course, Tucson Sound Art, Permanent Makeup and Crowd Main, Whiplash Media and Whiplash Sim Cams, and of course BAM Racing Videos. Of course, you can go to whiplash-media.com, and that's where you can check out all the information you need about Whiplash Media and Whiplash Sim Cams. Now, you mentioned last time the Outlaws Sim Series was here at the Chicagoland Speedway. It was a caution-free race. That was also 175 laps, just 5 laps longer than tonight's race. At that, only 5 cars finished on the lead lap in that race. It was Reese Schaefer. Oh goodness. I know Greg Holt was there as well. Max Service also finished the lead lap. There's a couple others as well. And then 6 through 9 for 1 lap down. And 10th place was 2 laps down. So that race got very spread out. Now I know Dirty Air is a little bit different with these Gen 7 cars. I don't anticipate this field getting as spread out as we saw then. So I don't know if we're going to stay caution free. But at that, we could be looking for a clean, fun race tonight, Devin.
Yeah, we could, and like I said, there should be quite a few passing opportunities. I know some of these guys are having trouble with that car rolling the bottom. They have it more set up for a high line race, and I do see that in officials. A lot of guys like to run that high line, especially early on in the run, just because it seems to be faster. You can keep the momentum up in these cars. However, like I said before, if you can roll the bottom, if that car you have is set up to roll the bottom and do it nicely, you can really save the right front tire, and as the run goes along, you can really start to come back at the guys who may have got around you on the outside, as they're going to be using up a little bit more of that right front, keeping it off the wall. So we are just getting into qualifying now, so we'll start seeing some of these guys take to the track. But yeah, it should be a very fun race to watch.
And there we go. We finally do have a taker to the track. Adrian Schumacher in his Vodafone number 82 Toyota Camry. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody working the show tonight. Devin Zimmerman alongside myself on the commentary this evening. Ed Shearer is back again, out about the track, taking pictures and posting them out to our social media outlets at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Adrian Schumacher, one of the first drivers to hit the track here in Pratt, Tile, and Stone qualifying. Let's ride on board and see what Schumi is doing.
Yeah, he's keeping. Oh, sorry, mic issue there, but he's keeping it in the middle of the track. This first lap can be kind of loose, so that second lap should be the one that you can really set times. Maybe even the third lap, if you don't burn the tire up too much. But yeah, that first lap is kind of just heating the tires up, making sure that there's grip in the tires, and then you can really let it loose on that second one. He runs a little higher here, trying to diamond it off the turn. There's the line you want to see. Trying to diamond off of 2. That's where you pick up the most speed. And he'll probably do something similar in 3 and 4, where he kind of enters high and then lets it diamond off.
So we'll be watching for that amongst the rest of the field tonight. So far, he is the first of 3 times out there on the track. Let's see who else we can catch up with. How about Joseph Kazi in his Abruzzi number 88 Ford Mustang, getting up to speed, getting after it here. He's getting ready to start his first timed lap. Actually, he just has started his first time lap. There he is. Running high there in turn 1, as we kind of saw Schumacher do. Greg Holt goes top of the charts. And while Kazi works on his first lap, let's go ahead and catch up to Greg Holt on his third lap and see if he can improve upon that time.
Yeah, just keeping an eye out for Schumacher there. That third lap, really putting in the times there. And so, yeah, this car can really come alive very quickly. 3, 4, 5 laps into the run, then it'll start to fall off around lap 10. So,
and second.
Yeah.
No, top of the charts. He got it by 4/1000ths of a second.
Yep. So that third lap is the one we're going to be looking for.
Wow.
These guys setting the fast lap there, but yeah, like I said, these tires, once they come in and heat up, it can get really fast around this track, but it will start to fall off pretty sharply with the old surface. It just takes a few laps for it to come in, and then it feels really good for about 5 to 6 laps, and then it kind of just starts to fall away. So Jennings running that bottom there, that's the line that I really want to see during the race. Those guys are going to be the ones that are quick on the long run. Not sure it's going to be the quickest over the qualifying lap run, but yeah, this is another decent lap, another decent showing. All these times, Gianni there, 3/100ths off of the top time by Holt so far. So I mean, they're getting really close up at the top.
So I think Joseph Kazi had a mishap on his third lap, and he's down in 12th position, and yeah, he's well off the pace on a decent lap here. So Kazi will not have a prime starting position for tonight's race. Jonathan Jennings, though, is on his third lap. Let's see what this 91 can do to Mr. Point leader here. Trying to see if he can improve upon his time. He put it in the wall! Did he? I think he's continuing on.
I'm not sure if he got it or not. It got really close, and I don't see any damage on the right side of the car.
I heard a sound effect, so maybe he just buzzed it and maybe didn't get the 0x forward. Or we'll see what it's gonna be. It will not be pole. It'll be 4th quickest for the 91 of Jonathan Jennings.
Yeah, so no
and
scrape
Kazi
there.
Did get up to 8th. I guess he did get another lap in. Intriguing. Some more drivers out there. How about Andrew St. Coeur? Trying his hand at qualifying. He did pretty well in practice. We'll see what he can do. His first lap was a little down on the charts there. He's up down to 14th. He entered turn 1 really high on the second lap.
He's up by the wall. He's up by the wall here. He's going to stay high on the second lap. Looks like he's going to go for it all in the third lap.
We'll see what Andrew St. Coeur has to say about the qualifying times today. And that number 12, Advanced Auto Parts, Ford Mustang. St. Coeur goes 7th quickest.
He likes that high line there. So he starts it very high. Comes down to kind of that middle lane, and then pulls it off, doesn't get all the way down to the white line. So a different approach here from the 12 car, but still pretty quick. I mean, up to the 8th.
Andrew Pratt misses the wall there off of 4 into the start-finish line. It's not bad. I'll put him 6th quickest. And
Yeah.
it's also tight. Look at how close it is between Jennings, Fitzpatrick, and St. Coeur.
Yeah, less than a 10th from the leader back to 6th place already. Very tight times.
Kevin Thompson has just gone ahead and put it 4th quickest, and he's still, I think he's still got another lap under his belt. Let's see what this 21 can do on his 3rd lap.
Yeah, riding along here, and he's using that middle lane to set up and diamond it off. That's what we saw Holt and Schumacher do. So really holding, you see him fighting the wheel off the turn too. These drivers were complaining that it's loose on the short run. And it doesn't improve.
Yeah, he does not improve. No. He just missed out. But now we're going to get some more drivers. Some drivers were waiting for that time to wind down in the session. Zoltan Herzeg, Seth Berger, Derek McMurtry. Max Service has yet to make it to the track. Is Max Service waiting a little bit longer?
Yeah, he might be waiting a little bit longer. He's got to get out there quick, though. Only about 2.5 minutes left in qualifying. It's going to be close to get all 3 laps in.
I do want to kind of go ahead and explain the paint scheme that Seth, and now Max has made it out to the track that Seth and Max will be running. Those are that dog on their cars was Seth's dog Aspen, and just decided that he wanted to kind of pay tribute to his dog that is unfortunately deaf, and yeah, pretty little dog, a little crazy dog. He's got all over the car on his car, and he has Max running the same car. Out of those 3 that set their first time, Zoltan Herzeg went fastest on lap 1. We'll see what he can do here on lap 2. Nearly catching the wall there.
He was the fastest in practice, so.
Zoltan Herzeg, top of the charts. Oh.
Yeah, and we saw these B&G guys were complaining about the car not liking that apron. Oh, he hits the wall.
That might be his run. And he's nope, yeah, that's his run.
Yep, that's his run done. But he is top of the charts currently, so.
So it does seem like the second lap is the lap for most of these drivers. Seth working his way off of turn 4 here. What will the 77 do on his 3rd lap?
He's got damage.
Oh, so he hit the wall. I think it's just practice for him now. Derek McMurtry has pulled it off the track. So Max Service is going to be the last car that has anything to say about the current pole time out there. Let's see what Max can do.
And he puts it 11th that time. Seth Berger did get 5th on his 2nd lap. He was going for it on the 3rd lap. He did collect the wall off of 2 and spin out. So that is the damage we saw in his car. Here comes Max into 3 and 4.
Yeah, this is it for Max. This either goes or it doesn't. His last attempt at a lap to the start-finish line. Max Service will go. Looks like it'll be 10th quickest. But within... No, never mind. I thought he was within a second of Greg Holt. But Zoltan Herzeg kind of blew everybody within a second of the top 10 time out of the water. And with nobody else out there on the track, Devin, and Max, his qualifying session is... Here. Yeah.
And this would be, I think Herzeg got the pole at Atlanta too, so the 1.5 miles seemed to be the tracks to his liking. And this is the second time we're going to award the Pratt, Tal, and Stone Pole Award to Zoltan Herzeg there in the 39 car. Congratulations to Zoltan Herzeg for winning Chicagoland's Pratt, Tal, and Stone Pole Award. Pratt, Tal, and Stone serving Central Vermont since 2005.
All right. Well, that is qualifying done and dusted. 170 laps for tonight's main event. And I say let's get through our starting lineup, shall we? Row number 1, it'll be the 39 of Zoltan Herzeg. And to his outside will be the 3 of Greg Holt. Row number 2, it'll be the 82 of Adrian Schumacher, the 34 of Robert Gianni. Row number 3, it'll be the 77 of Seth Berger, the 21 of Kevin Thompson. Row 4, it'll be the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. The point leader starts 7. Seth Fitzpatrick will be to his outside in P number 8. And back to row number 5, it'll be the 12 of Andrew St. Coeur and the 81 of Max Service. Devin?
Yeah, row number 6, we'll see Jacob Reeves on the inside, and to his outside, Derek McMurtry in the 84 car. A decent starting position. Let's see if he can do something with it. 13th it'll be Andrew Pratt and Jeremiah Stutzman to his outside there in row 7. Row 8, Matt Rogers in the 96 will be starting 15th. Joseph Causey ran into trouble in qualifying, is going to start 16th. Row number 9 sees Doug Solms in the 17th position, and to his outside, Matthew Setzer. Row number 10 sees Eric Peck in the 16, and to his outside, Adam Gardner in the 56.
Row number 11 will be the 9 of Robert Thorns, the 22 of Nathan Aldrich. Row number 12, it'll be Daniel Molnix, a new driver to the series, there in the 44. He starts 23rd. The 24 of Jason Nis to his outside in P number 24. Row 13 sees the 42 of Tyler Markle, v 33 of James Gilliard. The 69 of John Mickey starts 27th. The 47 of Andrew Schroeder starts in 28th position. And that is the field for tonight's race. And actually, Tyler Markle is also deciding that he's going to sit out of tonight's show, which means we have a 27-car field before our hands tonight. And Joseph Causey, I don't believe gridded. Joseph Causey ever will be starting from the pits, or he may have an early exit.
He's there.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
The person in front of
there
him
it is.
not gridded.
Okay.
Jeremiah Stutzman. Jeremiah Stutzman has not gridded.
Well, there's that. I think Stutzman. Well, Stutzman knows what he's doing. Stutzman's gonna strategize his way around, no problem.
Also, an issue on the start off from the 69 car. He's just getting going now, so I'm not sure what happened there, but the 69 car is rolling. He did have a little bit of a startup issue getting the car rolling, so
let's go ahead and take a look at the weather for tonight's race. 101 degrees for track temp here in Joliet, Illinois. Winds sitting at about 10 mile an hour out of the west, and 80 degrees will round up is the air temp heading into tonight's race. The stages here tonight will be the top 10 will be getting points at the completions of lap 34 and 77. With that being said, it is just about time for us to get things rolling here from Chi-Town. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will make a late, hard left-hand turn into the safety pit lane, and we are racing from Joliet. Schumacher already way up the track. Here comes Seth Berger to look to take advantage of that. And now we always think of Schumacher, a driver who kind of fires off late and really comes to life in the long run. But him starting second, I'd imagine he's going to maybe be able to try to keep up with these guys early in the fire off. But is it maybe more of a long run strat for this 82 car, who's already lost 3 positions from his starting position?
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, Adrian, kind of the guy who wants to save his tires, be there at the end of the run. But when you have the track position here, especially early, it's hard to pass in the early run if you have that high lane. So you really want to make people work for it, make them burn their stuff up if you can. But it looks like he's just kind of playing the long game here. Hopefully he can settle in and try and find a good position. As Seth Berger takes the fastest lap time, he's working on the leader, Herzog.
There we go, back to the race lead. Seth Berger does go ahead and take over the race lead and the fastest lap once again. Zoltan Herzog started on pole at the first 2 laps. Seth Berger says, thank you, I'll take lap 3 and look to check out. Greg Holt will now be looking to try to see if he can make something out of the 39 car.
Yeah, and Greg Holt, that outside lane, the entire outside lane got a very poor start. The first three cars in the line were able to get by and really take off from the field. So Schumacher and Seth Berger able to get by Holt. Again, now Schumacher's been passed by Holt, but Schumacher sets in the fastest time here. So maybe he heard what I was saying, is trying to come alive and make that outside lane come alive again for him here. But yeah, this inside lane really got a great start. The outside lane, not so much. So some recovery to have to be done for the guys who started on the outside lane.
So far, Adrian Schumacher has made his way back up to fourth. It's Seth Berger, Zoltan Hertzeg, Greg Holt, and now Robert Gianni wants to make something out of this. He's diving back down. This was already the battle on lap 1. Does it continue on? We'll have to see. It looks like Schumacher will actually get around Gianni there and slide himself back into that fourth position.
Yeah, Gianni got really loose off of turn 2. He kind of slid the back end just a bit. You don't want to do that here. You don't want the those rear tires lighting up too much. You want to keep the wear on the front. If you light up the rears, you're going to have a hard time powering off any of these turns, and that can really hurt you in the long run. But able to get it under control and settle into the 5th position. Seth Berger was trying to run away, but Hertzeg is right back to him, looking to put the pressure on.
Oh, Hertzeg got the apron, though. That's not going to help. We'll now see Hertzeg try to chase Seth down through the front straightaway. Neither of them taken to the apron. I heard that some drivers may not take to that apron. But Greg Holt, he dives down into turn 1 to the inside of Zoltan Hertzeg.
Yeah, mic issues there, but trying to pull the slide job off is Greg Holt. That's how you really want to pass here early. That's kind of the best way to do it. Get that slide job done, but not able to fully clear him there as Greg Holt. He almost collects the wall off of turn 4, so issues for Holt. Now he's got to worry about Adrian Schumacher, but we're focused here on the battle for the lead. Hertzeg not letting Seth Berger escape too far, and now we're back on board with Schumacher.
Here we go. Adrian Schumacher getting to run on Greg Holt. Where will he go with it? I also should mention, this is also basically a home track for Adrian Schumacher. He's from the state of Illinois and looks to try to see if he can make something out of it.
Yeah, he does so well at entering just a little bit higher than Holt. Then he gets a great run off the turn. Just not able to manifest it to get alongside of Holt, or he's just protecting the tires. Now he's looking for Holt to make a mistake like that, where he slides up in the middle of the turn. But still not able to capitalize so far. But that's what he's looking for, is for guys like Holt to start shredding his tires, worrying about the rearview mirror, and that's how you get the passes done here.
You know what I just noticed right there, watching off the rear end of Seth, is that Hertzeg got a great entry, but the center of the corner, he just kind of bogged down, and Seth just pulled away. Look at Holt. Look his way to the outside, nearly in the fence, though. That may be the line that Holt tried to take, and nearly 3 wide there for a second. Whatever's going on back there, Seth loves it.
Yeah, he does, and Hertzeg really messed up the turn 3 and 4. And like you said, he bogged down in the center of the turn and had no drive off the turn. And
here we go. It's going to get tight here.
Yeah, here we go. 3 cars going for second place again. Hertzeg's found his legs, but so is Schumacher. Here we go, the battle for second.
Schumi looking to get around the outside and trying to see if he can clear Greg Holt. Holt kind of sitting there in the middle. Here comes Hertzeg. Now what do you do? Nearly 3 wide. Holt now follows in behind Schumi. Here comes Hertzeg trying to see what he can do with Schumacher.
Yeah, and Holt got very compromised. Schumacher really did not let Holt get off the turn the way that Holt wanted to. That compromised his backstretch run and allows Hertzeg to get alongside. But now Holt has the preferred line early in the run.
Caution out on the speedway. We have an incident. Oh my goodness, Matthew Setzer's car is destroyed.
Oh wow, smoking bad. So yeah, that engine is completely done. This happened kind of further back in the field.
Oh, we will be able to get a replay here. We'll watch Matthew Setzer. I think this happens in front of him. See if we can ride on board with it real quick. Matthew Setzer kind of approaches this incident. No, he doesn't. He is the incident. Oh, no.
Oh, and then he got tagged.
I believe that's the 9 of Robert Thorns. He had nowhere to go.
The 9 is done too. That was a big hit.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Get one more look at it.
Looks like he just the car just snapped on him. And these cars are prone to that with the racket pinion. Eventually, if they do start to lose it in the turn, you can very easily overcorrect it. And this is exactly what happened. He just lost it, and then it's overcorrected.
Oh my goodness! What a hit!
Big hit for the 5 car and the 9 car. Luckily, this is iRacing. That would have been major hit for these drivers.
Well, what this does do is the whole field is going to be looking to come down to pit lane here. Let's go ahead and see what pit service is like for these boys.
Yeah, we're on board with the leader, Seth Berger. We'll see what he does here. About 15 laps were ran under green flag conditions. We'll see if they take 4. If they take 2, this is a track sometimes with a short run.
Oh, Schumacher missed the box, and so did Gianni. They might be able to stay up there, honestly. It didn't look too bad. Dan weighs the 77 of Seth Berger, but he is not the race leader.
Yeah, race leaders Adam Gardner stayed out, did not come into pit. So I don't know if he's trying to get the lap led or what he's doing here. We'll have to see what he is going to do this time around. Maybe he drives it in, or maybe he's going to say, you know what, I want to have some fun too.
You know what, Devin? We're going to get the chance here since we have a little bit of a caution period. Might as well, right? Bring in the driver you wanted to interview in pre-race, driver number 77, Seth Berger.
Yeah, we'll bring in Seth Berger to the booth. Hey, Seth, good first run there. 15 laps. You were able to get up front to the lead and really kind of dictate the pace of this race. Is that what you were looking to do from the onset?
Yeah, definitely. I just didn't know if I really had the car to do it, and it clearly showed I did. But I'm a little worried about the handling. I hope the car sticks with me for the whole run. I don't want it to fade off there. It felt a little too quick there. Don't want to burn the tires off.
Yeah, this track is an older surface. It can burn the tires out quite a bit. These guys are running kind of multiple lanes. The high lane is there, and the low lane is kind of there when you're out in the front in the clean air. Which one does you see being the fastest one over the long haul, and which one is that car set up for tonight?
I honestly think you can make any lane work depending on how you set your car up. And, with this car, I have no clue where, man. We're going to figure it out. Sometimes it wants to wreck if I think I want to run the white line, so.
Yeah, it's kind of what we saw on the caution there. Just kind of snapped on Matthew Setzer, and this car has been known to do that to drivers. Hopefully it doesn't do it to anybody else tonight. We like the green flag runs here. And we know you're about to go back to green, so I'll let you have at it, driver. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Driver of the number 77, Seth Berger, is the race leader. That shoes came up really quick. I was not anticipating it to come up that quick, but here we are. The iRacing.com safety vehicle back into the safety of pit lane, racing from Chicagoland. John Mickey had an issue on the restart. He dropped well down to running order. Also do want to update real quick. Matthew Setzer and Robert Florence have both. Actually, Matthew Setzer's the only one who's disconnected, but Robert Florence more than likely is done for tonight. Back to this battle for the race lead, though. Hertzeg, look at it. Oh, we got a crash in the back. No, Gianni was sideways. I think he saved it.
He saved it.
Wow.
Great driving from the 34 car. He's going to lose a lot of positions. But he did save the race car. It was right in the heart of the field, so that could have been very ugly for a lot of drivers. But he held on
to take a replay.
Yeah, he held on to it in the center of turn 1 and 2.
Here we go, real quick. This is gonna be our only shot of it. This is Gianni racing Joseph Kazi into turn 1, into the corner. I think Gianni just got sideways, and big time sideways. Kazi,
yeah,
what a catch! Oh my goodness.
That could have been very bad.
Oh, and live right now.
We're wrecking.
Oh, we got a wreck on the front straight. Eric Peck around. Looks like Gianni was in the grass. Jacob Reeves is around. Well.
Yeah, so much for going green flag to flag on this one. 2 cautions very early in this race. Lap 15 and now lap 20.
And this happens right here with Jacob Reeves and Eric Peck. They're going side by side in 3 and 4. Reeves is way on the bottom side. Peck giving him plenty of room. Reeves just gets sideways.
Same thing that happened to Matt Setzer. Same thing.
Nowhere for the 16 to go. Oh, goodness. Hopefully nobody else hit him. Could not tell if he made it through unscathed, but or after any more contact. But I think he's okay.
Everybody else made it, but I think everybody else made it through. But yeah, just nothing the 16 did wrong there. Just the 22 lost it like the 5. And the 16 kind of in that innocent bystander position just gets tagged.
Kind of see it laid off the corner there.
Yeah, and Seth alluded to that to the interview. You know, he said sometimes this car running the bottom, it just snaps on you, and you just don't know when or why it's going to happen. And I've noticed that myself driving this car. You're running the same line you've ran the whole race, and just for some reason, it decides to go on you when whenever it wants to. And I tell you what, Seth Berger did get passed while we were talking about these cautions and the save by Herzeg. So Herzeg's going to inherit the lead here under this caution.
I want to try to see if we can go back and find it. I might have just found it. So here it is. We're going to watch the whole lap here. And this is, again, we saw how close Herzeg was. And Herzeg was really trying to work over the 77 of Seth Berger. This is the overtake that Herzeg took the race lead on. And I believe the caution came out just behind him as this happened. Into turn 3, Seth is running that higher line. Herzeg drives it through the center of the corner. We knew he had that speed, kind of getting to the center.
Oh yeah, Seth let him have the line too.
And then they're just side by side to the front straight. Herzeg at the preferred line.
And that's the caution.
And there's the yellow. Wow. I know Seth has got to be kicking himself right now.
Yeah, and if there's one thing I know Seth as a driver, he's not going to be intimidated by a guy who's running right behind him. He doesn't get intimidated very easily. So when you're running that close behind him, he's going to run his race. He's going to run his line, take care of his equipment, and just kind of make you be the one to force the issue. And it looks like Zoltan Herzeg really forced the issue in 3 and 4 there. So he's like, you know what? If you want it that bad in 3 and 4, I'll let you have it because I'm going to come back at you 1 and 2. So, yeah, it seemed to be the thing, but just unfortunate that caution came out when it did. Otherwise, it did look like the 77 might be able to complete that pass.
Looking forward, I want to bring up another driver from Swift Racing. Another driver. This might be a pretty important race to Adrian. You're running up there in the top 5. You qualified second. You fired off a little slow in the initial start, Adrian, but what's been happening?
I've been tight. Just looking at the long run.
I was going to say, you're definitely a driver we look at for the long run. Historically, this race, well, the only other time we ran this track, it ran caution-free back in Season 1. And I believe you were another driver who finished in the top 5 in that race. But how much would it mean to you to have a good result here of all places?
It being a hometown, especially one of the only tracks I've been to for a NASCAR race, would be pretty special to win or get a good result. Be pretty special.
Sure. Really heavy competition up here. I know you got a kind of an affiliation with Steph, and you see Herc, Zeg, and Holt really working over hard here. Is your plan to kind of just let them continue to duke it out, or you want to get up there and rough it up a little bit?
I kind of want to get up there because it seems like clean air with these cars is a wonder.
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the case. Still early at least for us to tell here in the booth. But yeah, that being said, y'all are getting ready to restart here. We'll leave you to it, driver. Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit later on.
Thanks, guys.
Driver of the number 82, Adrian Schumacher, who also has a little bit of that Swift Racing Alliance. He is at least down in that chat right now, and we'll see how he fares. I don't know if he's sharing the same setup. But yeah, we carry on and we look forward to what's the ensuing restart. It's now the most cautions we've ever had at this track. 2. So here we go. The iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety in the pit lane, and we are back to racing from Chi-Town. Back up front, the dogfight for the race lead continues, no pun intended, with what's on the hood of Seth's car. But Zoltan Herczeg starting to open up a little bit of that gap, one of the largest gaps we've seen up there. Schumacher has been able to clear by Greg Holt, though, and that's huge. Holt's actually fallen all the way back to Joseph Causey. Remember, Causey started 16th. Look at where he is now, looking to try to see if he can take 4th place from teammate Greg Holt. Caution on the Speedway.
Caution on Speedway, yeah. I was impressed as well. You know, he's kind of just chipped his way through these guys, not really forced any issues, it seems, just kind of just running his line, running his race, and it's just coming to him. So a lot of speed in that 88 over the long run, just did not show it during qualifying. But, you know, we've seen this before from Causey, where he kind of has a qualifying that he's not proud of, but then he comes out in the race and it really shows what happened is that we see damage on the steering by Stutzman.
Yeah, not tight. Oh, no, this happens back in turns 3 and 4 here. Now we'll be able to kind of deduce what happened here with the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. He's running up alongside. That's the, wait, no, who that is. But he's got Aldrich to his outside now into turn 3. Oh, no, a car, the 96 of Matt Rogers was in the wall. Collected the car to his inside, and Stutzman had nowhere to go. Massive incident. A lot of cars kind of fell to the apron there. I don't know how much that should have, I guess, factored into a yellow, but I guess the car did go around back there. We'll kind of get a better look at it here now that we kind of know where this all originated from. The 96 of Matt Rogers.
96 kind of looks like he's running that high line. So
I think that's the new driver who's running the incorrect car number on their vehicle there, the 6. I think they are 44. 44. So here. Oh, he got bumped by the 44.
Tagged. Yep, he got tagged.
Oh.
So not a self spin there. That was a little bit of help there from the 44 via the 6. So yeah, that 6 car you see there, that's actually the 44 registering on the ticker. But yeah, a little bit of help there entering, and man, this has been a slew of cautions. We're not used to this, especially at 1.5 miles in this league. You know, oh yeah, that's a big tap there. But yeah, we're not used to seeing this many cautions at 1.5 miles from this league. So something kind of new and out of the box that these drivers are going to have to deal with, and kind of our first example of strategy going into play. A couple of drivers jumped in to pit road, and a lot of the drivers stayed out. One of the drivers who did come in, Adrian Schumacher.
Now that's going to be intriguing. Now Schumacher, we just talked to Schumi, and he just talked about how important clean air is going to be. Now he's going to be deep in that pack, but he may have set himself up better for strategy. We'll have to see how it plays out, of course, on the long run. And I thought that this was the choose lap. It is not the choose lap.
the next lap will be the choose. But some we haven't talked
The
about.
first one came up really quick. That's the
Yeah, it did. But yeah, some we haven't talked about is the stages tonight, Emerson.
Right.
The first stage is coming up close.
The first stage will be the top 10 getting stage points at the completion of lap 34, regardless of the session state or flat conditions. The top 10 at the completion of lap 34 will get stage points, and there will be no change in session state for that stage as well. The second one will be scored at the completion of lap 77. And then we have a clean run to the checkers, 93 laps, no points till checkered flag at 170. So, we can review our order. Prior to the choose, it's Hertzeg, Berger, Holt, Causey, Jennings, the top 5, followed by Service, Miz, Fitzpatrick, Thompson, and Solms to round out the top 10. But now the field will come off turn 4. This time, the choose rule will be in effect, and the drivers can elect which lane they choose to restart in. And that's an intriguing lane by the safety vehicle to take the apron. Hertzeg chooses low, Berger high, and so on and so forth. You kind of see the choices being made as they cross the stripe.
Yeah, a lot of indecision here. A lot of guys choosing that kind of the last possible second here. I think a lot of drivers are waiting to see, you know, if a couple cars are going to dive low or stay up high, and then maybe they can, you know, kind of pick up a couple of positions through the choose rule.
You want to see if the weather has changed any. The track has cooled down 4 degrees, and I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but a change of 5 degrees Fahrenheit can have a huge impact of lap time, about a tenth per every 5 degrees. So you can definitely see a difference here. Maybe the speed's picking up here. The winds are still staying at about 11 miles an hour, and that's kind of where we stand right now. We've had 3 cautions for 9 laps, 4 lead changes.
And right before we go green, I am receiving word the 34 did change lanes after the start-finish line after the choose.
That'll be a tail end of the longest line penalty for the 34 car. Actually, it might be a passenger at the green. But nonetheless, we'll figure that one out later. We're back to racing from Chicagoland. Zoltan Hertzeg looking to try to open up, this time well over a 2.5 tenth advantage over Seth Berger. Joseph Chiazzi, will he be able to slice up his teammate this time? And Max Service has put himself right there in the thick of it, looking to see if he can take on 5th place from Jonathan Jennings.
Yeah, it's Max Service's first time in. He's going to have to stop. Oh, man. That was close. The 3-car really bad shape in the middle of the turn. And that really compromised Max Service. He's going to lose a couple of positions. But, man, it could have been a lot worse.
What that does is that it allows Seth Berger and Zoltan Hertzeg to run away from Causey, Jennings, and the field. You can just see, look at the gap. This is from 2nd place Seth Berger looking back at everybody else.
Yeah, and if you're in that 2nd place position, this is what you like to see, about a second back to Joseph Causey. And you all have the leader right in front of you. You can really put the working on the leader, make him make a mistake, make him use up his stuff more than he wants to probably, and push the issue. So this is a good place to be right now. You have no pressure behind.
With 1 lap to go in stage number 1, how hard will Seth Berger push Zoltan Hertzeg for a potential stage victory? Down the back curve they go. Seth looks to get a little bit of clean air, slipstream up to the 39. He'll peek to the outside. Have to really get the throttle down here if he wants anything to do with Zoltan Hertzeg, but unfortunately, it'll be all for naught. Zoltan Hertzeg will come off of turn 4 and win stage 1. Seth Berger 2nd, Causey and Jennings are duking it out across the start-finish line. That'll be intriguing to figure out who took 3rd in that stage.
Yeah, then right behind them, Holt and Max Service. Service able to recover just a bit. Now he's trying to work on the back of the 3 car and get around him, get himself into the top 5 for the first time tonight. These Swift Racing cars really showing some good speed here in the runs. Service kind of didn't have the qualifying that he wanted, same as Causey. But in the race, these cars have looked really good.
On board with Service there. He didn't try to make any lunges there at Greg Holt. And Seth Berger has kind of tapered off at the front of the field from the rear end of Zoltan Hertzeg. But there was a lot of commotion back here. Oh my goodness, they were 3 wide back here with Miz and Mickey and McMurtry and Pratt, and oh my goodness. Oh, Miz is on the apron. Hold on to her.
Yeah, it looks like the 16 got loose in 1 and 2. That really stacked some people up, and then we ended up having the 3 wide. But everybody no worse for wear. Just some very hard racing. And here we go, 2 by 2. Service working on Holt and Jennings working on Causey.
Causey trying to see if he can solidify himself on that final spot in the podium, but Jennings is not going away quietly. Service and Holt hard charging there. Service trying to get by the 3 of Holt. Here comes the 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick to add on to it.
Yeah, running side by side for this long.
Whoa, tight.
Yeah, running side by side for this long, it allows those guys behind you to really start to close up on you. And what it does is it also takes the momentum away and allows those 2 guys in front to
like
really
this.
pull away. Yep,
This momentum right here.
Up this.
Yep. Fitzpatrick wants his fair go at a position. Oh no! Almost washes up into Max. Ooh, oh, so tight. And Jennings and Causey, this battle will not end.
And that's allowing Holt to get back and get himself in the picture for getting into the podium conversation. As
Look
Max
at the
is still
gap between second and third.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
just all
huge.
side by side, all the side by side. And you can see Jennings there. He's working that rear quarter panel down the straightaways of Causey, really dumping air. I mean, these spoilers aren't as big as they used to be on the old Gen 6 car, but they're still there, and you can still side draft these cars.
Oh
So-
no, Andrew St. Cyr has had a moment on the front, straight away, hard damage to the right front.
Yeah, hard damage there for the 12 car, and it looks like guys are slowing down on the track, so I do believe,
Yeah, I believe this may be a yellow
we will
flag.
have another yellow.
We will go ahead and grab a replay and see what happened. 2 of a 12 Andrew St. Cyr. And now caution is out on the speedway. Is catching up to the 34 of Robert Gianni here. Schumacher was just trying to get back into this race. Let's see what happens out of 4 sideways. Oh! Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I think
little
Gilliard unfortunately got some damage there from St. Cyr. Schumacher nearly scraped by.
Yeah, it seemed to be a one-car incident there. I think maybe Gilliard got him a little bit of help, but I'm not sure it really compromised Gilliard. So.
We'll be able to watch it here from the onboard of the 33. You get to see this all kind of unfold. Schumacher directly in front. Thompson there and the 12 of St. Cyr. Gilliard was a little ways back. He actually had a little bit of time. I mean, he didn't. I mean, he had time, but he also might have got a picture. I believe this card was inside here. Oh, big damage actually.
Oh, yeah, that was a hit. That was a hit. Okay.
Big hit. Was not expecting that.
Yeah, I didn't think he got him that hard, but looking back in the onboard there, he got him pretty hard. And everybody's coming down this time, including the guys who pitted last time.
Yep.
So everybody.
Oh, Zoltan missed this box by a mile.
Yeah, that's big.
Schumacher's in as well, so that did not work out in his favor.
Joseph Causey gets a great exit, tight for the
Oh,
lead.
I think he got him. Oh no, they're gonna give it to Seth.
Gets it. Seth got him, but man, that was tight.
Derek McMurtry is out there on 14 lap old tires as the race leader. Person I want to talk to is the driver who's absolutely been on it since. Oh, actually, no, we have a stage winner to talk to. My apologies. We will give Zoltan Hertzeg this moment here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on up. Bring up driver of the number 39 Zoltan Hertzeg. Zoltan, you were able to go ahead and claim stage number 1 there. You kind of slipped through the pit box there. Does that put a little dampen on things here, or you feel very confident that you're going to be able to get right back up there?
It puts a little bit of a dampen. I just wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the setup changes and everything, and then I just missed it. But that's all right. The car feels really great, so I'm just gonna bide my time and see if maybe I could try to get back to the front.
It certainly looks like it's driven very well. You've had some amazing battling there with the 77 of Seth Berger, and you even just barely pipped him on one of those cautions. That's given you the lead ever since up until this caution. What's it been like up there? How racing that hard with the 77, and well, what do you think of the battling dynamics with this NextGen car?
It's definitely tough to get by somebody, especially with the side drift. It's like you get to a wall when you get underneath the guy, and you almost have to try to get to the outside, or try to change up your line and just get a massive run off the corner. But it's definitely interesting. It definitely feels better in the pack trying to pass people, but once you get to first, it's definitely tough.
Now, we've seen it quite a few times. I know you can't really attest for what's happening behind you, but it looks like a couple of those cautions, it's kind of been you and Seth have kind of broken away from the rest of the field. Third place on back gets into a heavy side-by-side battle. Is that going to be kind of more or less what we see kind of later on here, or do you think that's maybe just a unique circumstance?
It might just be a unique circumstance. I know a lot of us run maybe different tires, or even just conserving more tires than the others. I was kind of pushing it a little bit the last run. I just wanted to see what the car had. But yeah, so maybe it's just different strategies.
Fair enough. Well, Zoltan, congratulations on the Stage 1 victory. Still have plenty of racing to go. Hopefully we're talking to you a little bit later on tonight, Zoltan. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And that was driver of the number 39, Zoltan Hertzeg, and put him back down in his respective team chat. There he is. And again, Zoltan Hertzeg, part of that B&G Motorsports, all, again, racing for Brad Bothwell's sake. And, yeah, trying to see if they can get it done for that B&G camp tonight. Seth Berger. Oh, yep.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, yeah, and that 39 is built very, very fast, and he's been up front, like you said, with Stage 1 winner. So if he can get it done, that'll be a very good tribute there. But a lot of these guys, as the pace car is about to pull off, are very hungry.
Seth Berger, Joseph Causey, Jonathan Jennings, Zoltan Hertzeg, Greg Holt, green flag. And Zoltan Hertzeg has wasted no time. He's battling for second with Joseph Causey. Side by side out of 4. Causey's not going to give it up easy, though.
Yeah, Causey really battling on that outside, and you can do that here. Like I said, you can run side by side, and Zoltan alluded to it. Passing on the inside so very hard here to start the run off. And, oh, there's a wreck.
Oh, no, Greg Holt.
Greg Holt.
And he keeps falling down my running order. Greg Holt. Oh, that car looks like has some bad suspension damage.
Yeah, we've seen this from Holt a couple of times. It looks like on new tires, his car is just not quite right until he gets some heat in there, and he just seemed to lose it there. I'm not sure if he had help, though.
Well, let's go ahead and see what had happened. And it looks like we're staying green, so this is going to be our only kind of look at it. He just got sideways.
Just lost it. And we've seen this a couple times. Oh, nobody else very close to collecting Schumacher and Gianni there, but no one else is collected. But, man, for a reigning champion, man, it's been a tough start to the season.
Back up front, it is Seth Berger. Out in front of Joseph Kiazi. Jennings has gotten by Hertzeg, and Hertzeg was under attack from Max a little bit. I believe Max maybe just backed up for the corner's sake. And Adrian Schumacher, he was down in the middle of the pack. He's up to 7th, but now it's going to get increasingly difficult to overtake the cars ahead of him.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed.
And Gianni goes fastest at 8th.
Oh wow, yeah. So these two camps here, the Swift Racing guys and the B&G cars, they're very, very fast. Kind of reigning the parade here. These Performance Sim Sport cars, though, Joseph Causey has made his way through the pack. Jonathan Jennings is up there as well. But man, these guys really have a package here for the race that's working very well.
And let's give Last Chance Racing their respective respect there, with Fitzpatrick in 6th, and John Mickey in 9th. Oh, Last Chance showing some pace as well. This is a lot of different teams up here. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and then one thing we do notice there, the Seth Berger's kind of opened up a lead. There's been a lot of battling going on behind him for 2nd place and 3rd place, and this has allowed him to kind of drive off in the distance. And man, if you're the 77, this is what you love to see in your rear.
And Robert Gianni just drove around the outside of Adrian Schumacher back there. So Gianni to 7th, Schumacher back to 8th, and you're right. Seth Berger has opened up that advantage to the front of the field, and Kazi's trying to just stay clear up there in 2nd to see if they can chase him back down. But now Kazi and Hertzeg are more than likely going to go do battle once again. Here comes Hertzeg, and that might just open it back up for Seth Berger. Here we go, though. Oh, sideways is Kazi. That might make it easy for Hertzeg.
Yeah, Hertzeg's going to clear him with the slide job off the turn. Causey's still fighting the car off the turn, so he's going to be compromised on the straightaway here, that curved back stretch. And but Jennings not able to get it done. He's going to stay behind Causey. But man, yeah, that could have been a lot worse for Hertzeg and Causey if they would have stayed side by side, allow that 77 to keep going. But as it is, Hertzeg's reeling him in.
So Zoltan Hertzeg has chopped that lead down now to under half a second. Kazi is going to look to try to see if he can hang on with a hard, heavy breathing Jonathan Jennings and Max Service directly behind. Jennings looking to take him around the outside. Oh, Kazi will shut the door. He'll block his teammate up the track. Down the track. Jennings. I don't believe Jennings is part of that team. Jennings is part of Last Chance.
Yes.
There's Jennings up there. Last Chance as well, out there in 3rd. But he'll work his way by Joseph Kazi now. Max Service looks to size up Kazi as well. Jennings onto the podium. Can he pull away from the rest?
Yeah, and then here comes that 34 car. Gianni right behind these guys, running kind of that high line, really making it work. A lot of speed in that car. He looks to the outside of Max Service. This big battle in front of him, it could get a 4-car battle really quickly.
Here comes Kazi now looking back to the inside of Jennings. Oh, so tight. Max and Gianni there right behind looking to take advantage. And Schumacher wants a piece of this as well.
Yeah, now it's a 5-car battle here for 3rd place. The first 2 guys, Kazi gets loose off of 4, and he's really going to be compromised. That allows Jennings to get by. Could allow Max Service to get by as well.
Max does get by up in the 4th. Now Kazi under attack from Gianni. Looking to split Max here. Here comes Kazi back to the inside of Max.
Man, that 88 gets such a good run through the center and off of turn 2. So it's so hard to pass him there with how that car is getting the exit of the turns. This is where he's been struggling off of 4. That car has been wicked loose off of
Gianni
turn 4. But Gianni's going to help Max and push him down the front stretch. That's going to clear Max.
And Joseph Kazi is struggling. I think Joseph maybe has a short run car, but at the end of this long run, that 88 is not looking happy. We saw his teammate put it in the wall earlier. But we also did see Joseph go from 16th back to the front. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
He had a big slide. He he's had a couple of big slides, so those rear tires just may not be happy with him right now. And he's really trying to baby them and nurse them to get the temperature out of those tires before they get too hot. So that could be what he's doing right here and why he's not getting the exits anymore that he was getting. And that's kind of compromised him, but he's going to lose another position here to Seth Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, these guys, they just keep on coming, and it seems like Kazi just cannot get a break. Oh, he's going to duke it out there. Want to take our eyes off this for a quick second. Adam Gardner and McMurtry have been battling the last few laps. They've been swapping back and forth so much, and I think that battle just got settled there. McMurtry now heads Adam Gardner there. And McMurtry now looking to take on the 44 of Molnix. Jacob Reeves on Adam Gardner. Now the back straightaway, Molnix holds station there in the 12th position. And here comes McMurtry. McMurtry's on a charge here.
Now 2 cars in the grass on the front stretch. We see some smoke there.
Oh, no.
Looks like Joseph Causey is one of them. And the 2, Fitzpatrick.
Causey's still... Fitzpatrick was the one car that went to the grass and heavy damage on the right front. Trying to see what had happened. But I believe, yeah, that is where the contact started. So, and I believe we're gonna stay green here. So this is gonna be our one shot of it. Causey there up high again, struggling a little bit, but Fitzpatrick really rides up off the corner, trying to get by Joseph Causey.
Yeah, and here they come through turn 3. This is where that inside lane, if you're down there and you get pinched, you can really get that car
the apron.
Get the apron.
Oh no, and Causey did have a moment. He saved it. Causey, what a save for Causey.
Yeah, what a
Fitzpatrick
save.
had to go through the grass and lose a lot of time and add the damage. Oh goodness. Fitzpatrick was having a great run, and right there, that was of his own doing. But we got a battle for lead. We're going to go up to this. And this is Jennings actually passing Zoltan Herzeg for second in a turn of events. We weren't expecting a Max Service is here as well.
Yeah, all the leaders are here, but what Seth wants to see these guys do is stay side by side for a long time. But Herzeg got a huge run.
Oh, Seth blocked him beautifully there. He just parked the car right in the middle. Zoltan couldn't pick a lane quick enough.
Yeah, that was a huge run from the 39 off of the turn. So, man, what a way to place the car there from the 77. But, man, that was a huge run off of turn 4.
And again, if we stay green, this could all be for stage 2 stage points right here. That comes up at the completion of lap 77. So it's important to kind of keep tabs on all these cars up inside the top 10. Zoltan looking to try to get another run on Seth Berger here. Jennings trying to block Max the way Seth kind of put a block on Jennings. I'm sorry, on Herzeg. And now we got 6 cars, nose to tail, for the race lead, Devin.
Yeah, this is what you like to see. 6 cars. I mean, yeah, it's a breakaway, and the guys are getting spread out. But there are 6 guys up here that are fighting tooth and nail trying to get to where this 77 car is before lap 77. Herzeg, another huge run.
Here comes Max on Jennings, 3 wide. Maybe Jennings trying to keep it pinned to the inside of Herzeg.
And that's going to compromise Max. That'll give him, he'll have to deal with the 34 down the backstretch there, but he keeps in front for now.
This is crazy. 6 cars under a blanket for the race lead, and this isn't a plate track.
Yeah, now Jennings poking to the outside is not going to have the lane. It's going to be blocked off by Herzeg, but he stays up to the outside. Max Service to the inside looking for the podium position.
Oh, Seth got sideways. Here comes Zoltan. Oh, this one's going to be hard. Zoltan lost a little bit of steam.
There. He's going to try the high lane here. Try and diamond off. He gets such big runs doing this. I'm not sure what it's doing to his tires.
This is it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing to his tires, but he gets such big runs off of turn number 4.
Side by side for the lead. Zoltan, Herzeg on the bottom. Seth Berger up high. Zoltan a little sideways. Still side by side up off the corner. Zoltan's not cleared yet. Seth fights back. Jennings there in third. Max watches from fourth.
Yeah, and who's Jennings going to go with? It looks like he can't really pick a lane. Running right in the middle, almost contact.
Seth is back clear to the race lead, but here comes Jennings.
Jennings trying to take advantage of them almost hitting there, but Seth Berger stays in the lead for a moment. Jennings is going to clear on the outside to second place. Max Service is looking to take third.
Jonathan Jennings with the run down the back straightaway. Where is he going to go? On to 77 into turn 3. Seth stays in that middle lane. Here comes Jennings trying to get that run through the center to the exit off of turn 4. They're going to be side by side down the front stretch. And Max, look at, oh, caution on the speed right in front of the leaders. Oh my goodness. That is the 47 of Andrew Schroeder.
Oh, yeah, that was right in front of everyone. He still can't get going. There's a lot of cars still coming. He should be able to go after Andrew St. Coeur passes him. There he goes. Now he can get rolling. But, man, that was right in front of our leaders in a huge battle.
And I'm going to think this one, I don't think should have been a caution. But because the leaders were side by side approaching to stop the vehicle on the racetrack, this might have been a race control kind of precautionary yellow.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing on the radio. This he just where his car was in positioning and the leaders coming up on him is kind of what dictated this being a caution. It's going to be another self spin, hit the apron, and just kind of lose it by himself.
Yeah, that big hit for Schroeder. And
that big hit, and it's just where the
right
car
in the
was.
middle of the track. Yeah, I mean the leaders are coming by. There's no way like that shouldn't be a yellow. At least some sort of call out to the leaders, and the best way to call it out to the leaders is a full course yellow, of course. So, it normally that doesn't constitute a caution by itself, but because he was parked in the middle of the track and the leaders were coming by, that's an amazing call by race control. So Seth Berger's going to win the race off pit road, and Jeremiah Stutzman stays out.
Yeah, we've been seeing this. Some guys getting out there trying to get laps led, get points.
Yeah, I think that's what Stutzman's doing, just a lap led.
Yeah, Stutzman's trying to get the lap led. Unfortunately, he was involved in an incident earlier, and he's had a rough season just trying to get all the points he can, and this is going to be one of them right here. But I do believe we're going to see that 71 diving into pit road now.
So these guys have been absolutely on each other. I think a lot of these guys are in the zone. I don't really want to disturb many of them. But I do want to see if I can find him. But this is a driver deeper in the pack, but this is just because I want the guys who are battling for the lead to kind of stay focused. I want to bring on up driver of the number 84, Derek McMurtry. He's down in 14th right now, but Derek was really lighting it up there in the midfield, making a lot of overtakes and had that intense battle with Adam Gardner there. Derek, how's the car been?
Man, it's been great, man. Probably best next-gen car I've drove.
It seemed like it. It seems like it's very raceable. You can kind of throw it into the corners. What's that dynamic been like? We heard a little bit earlier from Zoltan Herzeg that it kind of feels like when you drive to the bottom of somebody, this car kind of hits a brick wall. What does it feel like to you, and how do you combat that?
Yeah, I mean, if you get down there and you get stopped up at all, you're just going to have to back up and make a run. There's no coming right off somebody's bumper, getting down there and making a pass here. Not at all.
So, you started in 12th. It says you've been as low as 23rd. But you've been up as high as 7th. You've kind of been a journeyman through the middle of the field. What's this 84 got, and what's it going to take for you to maybe get up there and mix it up with the front runners?
Well, I made a decision right there on pit road. I took tires at caution before the caution before this last one, but I just decided to go back in. When I took the lead right there, I could have stayed out, but I didn't really know what my tires were going to be like, so I just made the decision to go back here and fill it out and see what kind of wear I got for that little bit of a run in the race. So we're just kind of feeling it out right now, seeing how things are going, and I think it's got a little bit of something, man. If we can get up in there in that top 10 and we might have something for them. I don't know about them leaders; they're pretty fast.
Well, I guess we'll have to go ahead and wait and see, Derek. I know y'all are coming around to the restart, so we will let you go. But yeah, hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit later on, Derek.
I appreciate it, man. Y'all have fun up there. Enjoy.
Yes, sir. That was driver of the number 84, Derek McMurtry. And yeah, again, I could have talked to any one of these front runners, but I think they are all locked in for this stage win, and it was that intense. I think that would have been a great one, but I think I'm going to leave it for whoever may win the stage 2 on the next yellow, if we do get a next yellow, of course. But here we go. Oh,
This is gonna be intense right here.
Track 10 down to 93 degrees. Wind still about 12 miles an hour out of the west. VIRacing.com. Safety vehicle back to the safety of pit lane. 5 laps to go in stage number 2. We're racing from Joliet. Oh, so tight. Out of turn number 2, Zoltan Herzig dives it down to the inside of Seth Berger.
Yeah, Herzig sent it off of turn 2, got a good run, was able to keep it off the wall, and they're going to come close again, but that outside lane of Seth Berger can fight back. He's still fighting back as he gets the lap led that time. He does not want to get this up. He wants to get the stage win. He doesn't have a win on the season, but this looks like a good chance to get it.
Tooth and nail at the front of the field for a potential stage win. The 2 strongest cars of the day, Zoltan Herzig and Seth Berger. Zoltan trying to get his 2nd stage win tonight. Seth Berger just trying to see what he can do on his home track. Max Service emerges from the rest of the pack. They're in 3rd.
Yeah,
Jason Miz has had an off. Looks like he's gonna. Looks like he is done. He's actually all that Ford out of here, so we'll pick that up later. Try to get back up to the race lead. Still side by side. Seth up high and Zoltan down low.
Yeah, we know Max is going to stay with his teammate up high, but man, this is a great battle between these 2 guys here tonight. We still see some lingering smoke from the 24 car going around on the front stretch, but here it is. We got a couple laps to go now, and it's still side by side between Zoltan Herzig and Seth Berger.
2 laps to go. Zoltan trying to wrap that bottom. Seth really rolling that top side. Still neck and neck down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and what this is doing is allowing these guys behind him, these other cars that we've seen here, these 6 cars under a blanket, still fighting for position. The 34, Gianni trying to put some moves on Max Service. So we got 2 B&G cars and 2 Swift cars battling out positions. And don't forget about
sideways is Gianni.
Ooh.
Gianni holds on to it.
Oh,
Zoltan loses
Zoltan's
a little bit too. Both B&G cars got sideways there. And half a lap to go in stage number 2. Seth Berger now emerges out in front. Will he be able to hang on through 3 and 4? And off of turn number 4, the home track, driver Seth Berger will win stage number 2. But here comes Zoltan Herzig to look to take that lead right on back. And we have a massive wreck.
Awesome.
Matt Rogers, Nate Aldridge around.
And they're still wrecking. They're still wrecking.
Oh no, Molnix is around in turn 2. Massive. Oh no, Andrew St. Cour nowhere to. Oh my goodness, Aldridge nearly. Big, long accident to break down here. Oh my goodness.
Jeez, we got 2 things to dissect here. That's a big incident off of turn number 4, and then an incident coming off of turn number 2 after the caution been called.
So, a little hard to see here. It looks like, Matt Rogers lost it again. And, Aldridge lost it as well. Mickey went.
Mickey, nowhere to go.
Oh, no. But there's still somebody else wrecked back there as well.
Aldridge didn't get any damage. He just took it through the grass to avoid the contact. So, no worse for wear there.
Mickey is done. Mickey has left the session.
Mickey's done. That was a big hit for Mickey, and he had nowhere to go.
I'll try to see if we can get an overhead shot of this. So yeah, there's Matt Rogers sideways. Looks like, for what it's worth, that 3-car incident, that should have been the yellow. But they all keep it going. The next incident is Molnix. I can't find him on timing and scoring. Oh, there he is. We're going to catch this one late, though. About to go back and watch the replay. Oh, my gosh. And it hit right there as well. I think Molnix was helped on this one. This will be an intriguing one to look back at.
From the driver that we just talked to here, McMurtry going underneath him here.
Here in the turns. Turn 1. McMurtry just clips
Come together.
Molnix.
They just come together. And the caution had been called, so that's oh my gosh, what a hit.
Oh my.
I believe that's going to be St. Cour's night done.
Oh, most
More than
definitely.
likely.
Okay, one more look at St. Cour approaching this, and you can see here the aftermath of the first wreck that brought out the yellow. But I guess no one had called it yet. No,
They had called it. They had called it. And I'm not sure what St. Cour is doing. You're supposed to back down and kind of maintain position, hold steady. And he's just flooring it. And runs right into him. Man, that's a huge hit too. Yeah, the caution had been called when the leaders hit turn 1. I heard race control come over. They said, hey, caution's out, caution's out. And normally these guys, the pace car doesn't come out right away. They let the drivers just kind of, similar to F1, back it down, back down the speed a little bit, kind of maintain, hold position. And then the pace car comes around when they get to the next lap and picks them up. So that's kind of how they do it, just to limit the amount of caution lap that we run. But
I do want to go ahead and kind of get this one out of the way. I know we already talked to him once this race, but you did just win stage number 2, Seth, in a absolute dogfight, no pun intended, with Zoltan Herczeg there. Man, how has it been battling that 39 today?
He is extremely fast, man. Luckily you could play defense pretty well at this track. It's a pretty good track for racing. There was an awesome side-by-side there. I had a lot of fun running with him. We kept it nice and clean, and I expect a lot more of it.
Absolutely. You and Max running the Aspen cars tonight. Kind of go ahead and tell. I explained a little bit, but go ahead and tell us a little bit about the paint scheme and what's going on here.
Since we're in my home state, man, I figured I'd have my deaf dog on there. She's the funniest dog ever. Yeah, glad I'm getting her some screen time. Hopefully she sees this.
Isn't that amazing? So we're here, coming up to halfway in a couple laps. It really looked like there, at least on that longest run we had, that you were kind of a sitting duck, and everybody was kind of closing up on you. What's gonna have to change here for you to kind of be a little more dictating of the pace here at the front of the field?
Made some adjustments. We're gonna have to see. I mean, this car is honestly everywhere. Every single lap. One lap it's tight, and one lap I'm wrecking into turn 1 and turn 3. It's everywhere, man. I'm just trying to predict my corrections to not loop it.
Well, there it is. Driver of the number 77, Seth Berger, goes ahead and wins stage number 2 at his home track. Best luck to you, Seth. Hopefully we're talking to you a little bit later on.
Thank you.
There he is, driver number 77, and Aspen on his hood. Now, he's not the race leader. Kevin Thompson stayed out on that most recent yellow, and we're going to see what happens here. Kevin Thompson, the race leader. The iRacing.com safety vehicle is going to go ahead and make that hard left-hand turn into the safety pit lane. Kevin Thompson is going to lead us to the green from Chicagoland. Kevin Thompson under heavy fire right now from Seth Berger, Zoltan Herczeg, and the like. Sideways is Thompson. Hold it up there, buddy.
Wow, big loose from Thompson up there. Luckily, he doesn't get anybody. He's able to correct the car. But man, that was right in front of Zoltan Herzog. Now Thompson sends it up to the wall, allows these guys to get by. Max Service now underneath him, trying to get in front of him. Is he going to clear him? No, he cannot clear him off of the turn. But Joseph Causey's worked his way back up here. He's back up into 6th. He's looking to get around him, get himself into the 5th position.
Yeah, Kazi's back. Looks like he's going to follow Max by at the 21, and then we'll see what happens there. Pratt has made his appearance up inside the top 10, looking to see what he can do with the 21 as well. Here comes Jennings, and James Gilly with all that damage is inside the top 10.
Yeah, James Gilly, the last time we saw him, he got that front end dented
Look
in
at that
quite
front
a
end.
bit. And it's still dented in, but man, he's got a lot of speed in that 33 car. Again, one of these B&G cars has got a lot of speed tonight. We've seen his teammate up front battling with Seth Berger. You heard Seth Berger, very fast car in that 39. So, man, yeah, and the 34 as well, both fast. 34 up to 3rd now, Gianni. So, yeah, they got a lot of speed in that camp tonight.
Side by side is Pratt and Jennings. Gianni's lost a little bit of touch with his teammate Zoltan Herzog and race leader Seth Berger. But up front, Zoltan has tightened it up for the race lead. Here we go again.
Yeah, the common theme here, the 39 and the 77 continue to battle, and a big run from the 39. He looks to the outside now. He has the preferred lane going into turn 1.
And fastest lap for Zoltan. Here we go into 1 and 2, but Seth's going to try to power it up the inside. I don't think that's going to work out too well. Zoltan around the outside nearly clears Seth. Seth's going to try to fight back, and Seth will clear back behind Zoltan Herzog, who reclaims the stage 1 winner back out in front in Chi-Town.
Yeah, Seth tried to block the outside lane, but Herzog really pushed the issue to get to his outside, knowing that was the best way to get clear of him. And I was able to get it done that time around.
Still watching Kazi and Jennings. This battle feels like it's been going on forever, all race long. It was a battle for 3rd. Now it's back to this battle for 5th between Kazi and Jennings, and they will not go away from one another. Jennings trying to clear Kazi. He's cleared now, and he will clear Joseph Kazi. So move Jonathan Jennings up into the 5th position. Max Service holding station there in 4th. He's next on the menu for Jennings.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed again in that 91 car. As we've seen most weeks, that 91 seems to be a factor at some point. And yeah, he's just been biding his time, hanging out around the top 5, 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. And just slowly making his way up. He sees those 3 cars in front of Max.
Max is sideways.
Big save from the 81 car.
Oh, here we go. Nearly 3 wide, though. Looks like Kazi actually is going to file in behind the 91.
Yeah, Kazi thought about it, but then thought better of it. So, but what I was saying is that 91 sees those 3 cars in front of Max getting smaller and smaller in the window, and he really wants to get by, see if he can track those guys down.
And Gianni's going to go ahead and blow on by to 77 as well. Here comes Robert Gianni, cleared up into the 2nd position. Oh, Seth nearly cut the wall there out of 4.
Yeah, it's maybe an adjustment. They said they've been making adjustments on the pit stops, so maybe this adjustment not what the 77 was wanting. Car not reacting well to the adjustment made. We'll have to see. Maybe they set it up a little bit better for the long run. So we haven't really got a good long run yet, so we're not really sure how these cars are going to react when they get close to the end of the fuel run. But yeah, it's we might get to see that now as we've kind of thinned the herd. The cars are starting to get spread out, but there's still some big battles as we see the 88 or the 82 there battling with the 16. Schumacher not able to quite get clear of Eric Peck, but still trying gets a good run off of the turn, but compromised on the exit.
Adrian Schumacher back in the 11th position, trying to see what he can make out of this race. And as we're now well into the 2nd half, Schumacher, he had the speed to be up there, but then he went on an alternate strategy that has not really paid off for him with the full course yellows. Schumacher, I mean, stares at a heavy competition right in front of him, and not too much he can do about it.
Yeah, he's gotten bogged down with this traffic, not lap traffic, but traffic in front of him that he didn't have before. And he's not really been able to make up the positions to get back to the front. So it's a kind of a rock and a hard place when you get these slew of cautions, especially when you're trying an alternate strategy. And he kind of just got caught out making the wrong decision. And it happens from time to time. But I do believe that 82 will have speed over the long run if we can finally get a long green flag run. So I look for him to make up positions as we go, further into this green flag run.
Seth Fitzpatrick has been on a charge. He's looking to try to see what he can do with Derek McMurtry there in the 8th position. Everybody else has kind of singled it out here. Gianni has not really closed too much up on Hertzeg. And Seth is up there. And behind Seth, it is over a second advantage he has over Jonathan Jennings. And again, this is really the battle watching out for here. There's a battle a little further back. Gilliard under attack from Doug Solms.
Yeah, Doug Solms has been slowly inching his way forward throughout the night. Started in 16th and is kind of hanging around that position, but it does look like that car's a little bit better as we go in the long runs. He starts to make up some positions. Looking on the inside of the 33, is he going to get clear off of the turn? It does look like he's got it. And I think that 33 being compromised by that front end damage more than anything on the exit of the turns.
Fitzpatrick will dive it down into turn 3. He's cleared Derek McMurtry by a mile. Move Fitzpatrick up into the 8th position. McMurtry trying to get the run out of the corner, though. And it has tightened up a little bit at the front of the field. Gianni is not going to leave his teammate alone.
Yeah, we see Seth trying some different lines. He's been experimenting here the last couple of laps, running a little bit higher line than these two in front of him. As we see Gianni putting the pressure on his teammate. They want to get away from these field, but the field is starting to chip away. Jennings is kind of starting to reel in these three as they've all kind of single filed out there from about 4th back to 10th.
Gianni trying to see if he's going to just sit behind Zoltan. Looks like he will for now. I think he got really close at one point. I thought he maybe was going to attempt it. Maybe he's now thought better of it. Hey, there's a little bit of conversation going on there, like, hey, the pack is coming. Let's not battle it out right now. Not entirely sure what's happening now, but now I think Gianni's kind of gone into defensive mode over Seth.
Yeah, and it looks like Seth's found something. Maybe the car's just coming to him here. Maybe that setup that change they made has kind of set the car up better for a longer run. But looks like that 77 is starting to come online now and fire off, and he's really putting the pressure on the 34 to get something done.
You know who else is putting the pressure? Jonathan Jennings. Less than half a second back now with Seth Berger. Here he comes.
Jennings is kind of separated away from the pack behind him. A lot of speed coming out of that 91. He's pulled away from Joseph Causey and is caught up to Seth Berger. This is going to be a 4-car battle for the lead here, but not before long.
Down to turn 3, Jennings. He's effectively there, less than 2.5 tenths off of Seth Berger, and nearly clipping the wall there. That is so close to the wall. But now Jennings is really going to have his go here at Seth Berger here, and this is going to make it, I think, a 4-car battle for the lead if he can get through Seth quickly.
Yeah, he's really coming. But again, once you get to the traffic and start making passes, that's where you can get bogged down. So we'll have to see how he attempts to pass the 77, as well as the 2 cars in front of him.
He's looking to get right to it. Dives it down to the bottom. Not able to get anything there on Seth. And here comes Causey. He's bringing Pratt in service. And interesting dynamic here. Leaders get a huge lead, and the pack comes right on back. Everybody kind of joins the train right on back to the leaders. This is an intriguing dynamic.
Did these leaders burn their tires up too much, trying to get that early lead and just kind of run away with this thing? That could be the dynamic that's playing out here. As 91 Jennings is under Seth Berger.
Joseph Causey in the 5th position. Watch is on. Jennings trying to wrap that bottom side. Little sideways out of 2 will allow Seth to get right back by Jennings into the corner. Jennings has to back off, and here comes Joseph.
Yep, this battle is really allowing these cars behind to catch up very rapidly and also kind of make space between the 2 leaders. So
Joseph watching on. He sees that hole glaring in the middle. He's going to go with Jonathan Jennings, maybe. Seth powers back down the straightaway, and Jennings shoots it off into the corner.
yeah, so hard to get the pass done here, but it looks like Jennings is going to try. Almost clear, not quite that time. That was close, almost in contact.
Oh, Joseph right to the back bumper to 91. Oh, Jennings had a bad little center of the corner there. Seth's going to have a great run out of 2. And Joseph saw that. Look at Joseph. Immediately go to the top side.
Yeah, Seth talked about it in the interview that you just did with him. You can play very good defense here if you get it right, play up on that outside, make it very tough on the person trying to pass you. And that's exactly what's happening here with Jonathan Jennings. Now he's got to have some frustration knowing that he's pretty quick and he's loose.
Good catch right in front of Joseph. I think Joseph may need some new pants after that one. Here comes Fitzpatrick on Max, though. That for the 6th position. Fitzpatrick's going to send it.
Yeah, and that backed up Causey, which in turn backed up Max into Seth Fitzpatrick. So that's what happened there. But Max able to stay there. Now Causey working on Jennings.
I think Jennings might have used the stuff up leading these guys back to the leaders, and Causey's like, thank you for the draft. I will now go on and try to fight for the lead.
Yeah, Causey back into the 4th position, made his way back up after having trouble early in the race. Not too much damage on the car at all, so not too badly affected in the handling. And he's showing it and showing that car is
something may be amiss with Jennings. He just keeps losing spots here, now down to 6th.
Yeah, I think he may have used up his tires.
Yeah, that's not too far-fetched for sure. McMurtry even wants to get in on that spot. So here comes Fitzpatrick back on Max. This is a huge run that Fitzpatrick had, but all for naught. He kind of lost it there in the center of the straightaway.
Yeah, here comes Causey. Fitzpatrick is on Seth, and Causey trying to look at the inside of Berger, not able to get it done, but still side by side behind them for Seth Fitzpatrick and Max Service.
Fitzpatrick trying to clear service and should do so, but now we ride on board with Seth Berger looking back at Joseph Causey.
Yeah, Seth running a very defensive high lane, allowing these guys to get to the inside, just knowing that they're going to have to really fight him to get around him, and he's able to keep the momentum up on that outside lane. But you see him, he's running that 3rd lane up there, really making it work. It's the 77 car.
On board with race leader Zoltan Hertzeg, looking back at teammate Robert Gianni. And looking back at Seth in 3rd, Causey 4th, Fitzpatrick 5th, Service in 6th under heavy pressure from Derek McMurtry, who wants to take on the 6th position. And this battle.
Yeah, and then Jennings is right there as well. Looks like maybe he just needed a lap or 2 to get the tires cooled off and back under him. But yeah, Max is now the one that looks to be struggling.
McMurtry will make easy work of the 81. Here comes Jennings. That's the battle for the points lead right there, and and then some, obviously. But Jennings came in as the point leader. Max Service 2nd.
Yeah, this is getting really tight up at the front. Seth Berger and Joseph Causey still battling, but they're staying with the 2 leaders. They're not really losing ground. In fact, they're gaining ground This could be a 4-way battle for the lead. Maybe it could be a 5-way battle as Seth Fitzpatrick is starting to catch up.
Kazi looks. Can he do anything? To the inside of Seth. Seth gets the run off the quarter. And no hold station. Gianni is content riding behind Zoltan Hertzeg. And I mean, we're still going to have a pit stop in this race for sure. We're not done with pitting. We have another, I'd say, 30 laps before we see pit stops. Or will drivers try to split the final half of this race in half, making it pit stops potentially in the next 10 laps?
Yeah. I mean, it's a very interesting call whether you try to run this thing empty or you try to split it in half. With the slew of cautions that we have, kind of makes things more difficult. In a normal Outlaws race, you know it's probably going to go green, so you can split it in half and try and do the undercut. But I'm not sure if that's going to work here because you can make up quite a bit of time. These guys running about a second a lap slower than their fastest laps of the race right now, so there is time to be gained by pitting a little bit earlier. So especially with how close all of these top drivers are.
But
as Seth looks to the outside, not quite able to get there.
But how dependent are these drivers on the draft to get them their lap time? Is that going to have a trick? Do you have to be in a pack to short pit?
Yeah, that's another factor that could be thrown in there. I'm not too sure on that one. It does seem like these cars like the fresh air, especially a mile and a half, so possibly not. But again, you do run a little bit faster in the draft, so maybe to get all it's worth, you come in with a group. But that kind of defeats the purpose of undercutting at that point.
We continue on. Kelsey's actually fallen back to Fitzpatrick now. Seth, despite all that defending, he stayed glued to the rear end of Gianni. And I think all these drivers are just thinking about strat. That's why I brought it up, because I don't know if there's going to be any changes for position up here until pit stops.
Yeah, and Gianni's starting to run a different line. He's running a very defensive line, trying to take Seth Berger's line away from him. He's been running the bottom right on the back of that 39 car.
And Nathan Aldrich is on pit lane.
That's the first taker.
I thought he was spinning, but that is the short pit that we were looking for. We'll see how it plays out. And these drivers are trying to give a little bit more space to one another. Whether that's intentional or not, it is worth pointing out. Gianni closes up to Hertzeg, and that's about it.
Yeah, and Gianni has really taken away Seth Berger's lane. Seth Berger liked to run that top lane. Gianni's recognized that, has taken that lane away, so now Seth is searching for another lane. He's running a little bit higher in 3 and 4 now, and he's running a little bit lower in 1 and 2, just trying to stay out of the dirty air of the 34 car, and it's really compromising Seth Berger's line of trying to pass and get around these two B&G cars.
Oh, look at the run Seth had there, but he couldn't do anything with it that time. You have to just kind of eat it, and that's got to be frustrating when you have those runs, but you can't go anywhere with them. It's kind of like a Daytona or a Talladega when you think of it like that.
Yeah, you see he's so much better in that center of the turn, and then off the turn he gets a nice, good run, but you don't want to go to the inside. He wants to go to the outside. If he's going to be able to get there, it doesn't
look like it. The run kind of stalls right there at the tri-oval.
Yeah, it seems to stall. So, and then you see Hertzeg and Gianni are able to drive it into turn 1 so deep, and that kind of gives them space to where Seth Berger can't take advantage of any run he has off of turn 4. And now we got 6 cars back under a blanket for the top spot here.
Andrew Pratt, Adrian Schumacher will round out the top 10. They're closing up on max service. I wonder if Schumacher will be able to find his way back in this race.
Yeah, he slowly made up positions. Restarted the stint here back in the 14th, 13th position. Now he's back up to 9th position. So slowly but surely he is working his way back up like I thought he would. Seth, loose in turn 4.
Oh, that's going to open the door for Joseph Kazi, who will get to the outside. And that's going to be huge. That's going to shake it up at least. It's going to move Kazi to third. If Seth can't battle back here, Seth's got hot tires as well. He's going to try to do what he can on that bottom side. Kazi should get on by. Seth sideways trying to get in front of Fitzpatrick. Can't do it.
Yeah, and then the train happens there on the outside if you're not careful. And you've been running that top lane.
Maybe he will get clear,
Yeah, he
Fitzpatrick.
did it. Okay. Yeah, if you're used to running that top lane and your car's up there, and when you get on the bottom, it just becomes a train effect. Yeah, it's really tough to roll that bottom if your car's set up the way that Seth is running that high lane. So we see Seth still trying to work over that 77 car for a position.
And now, right now, I don't know if he's in a pack. No, he's by himself. But Aldrich is running half a second faster than the leaders with his fresh tires. So, is anybody going to be brave enough to try the undercut? I don't know. But I'd say if you have nothing to lose, why not try it, right?
Yeah, and it seems we're pretty spread out now. There's still some good battling going up here at the front, but everybody else is very spread out, so you may expect it to go green here. If you don't think you can get around these two BNG cars, why not try something to try and maybe do the undercut, put yourself in a position to be the one that they have to get around. So if you're the 88, the 77, McMurtry there in the 84, why not go for it, especially if you're McMurtry? I mean, this is a guy who's not had such a good run most of the season. Now he finds himself inside the top 5 with a chance to win this thing. You're right there. Maybe you can pull this off and get around him. We'll have to see. Pit stop should be coming up here very shortly.
And he's sideways. Right as you were talking about him, he gets sideways.
Man.
There goes Fitzpatrick.
But yeah, and so now that you've lost these positions, it's a good chance. You know, why not come in? Why not come in and take the gamble, do something different, and try and get this win? Put yourself in the position to be the one dictating the pace. Still no takers this time by.
Now Zoltan's trying to open up his advantage a little bit over teammate. Well, I don't know about that. Gianni really start to drive it there to the center of the corner.
He lost it in the center,
though.
Kazi's going to get to the outside. Gianni
Wow.
lost it. He overdrove the center, had to back it down big time in the center 1 and 2. That allowed the outside door to be open from Joseph Kazi, and now from Seth Berger, and now Gianni's going to come in. Oh, he missed the pits.
Oh, Robert Gianni has missed the pit lane, and
that's effectively the race over if it stays green.
And you know, that's how tough it is to get to pit road. It is so tough to get down to pit road because it's all the way off of turn 4. And
yeah, but now that these guys have seen that, who's going to take? Maybe somebody takes this time.
Zoltan to the bottom side of the racetrack. He's staying out.
Seth Fitzpatrick, Derek McMurtry.
Here they come.
That's a good call from those two. I really like this call. 34 as well is coming in. Gianni, finally, after he missed the pit road last time. But, yeah, this is a good call from the 2 car and the 84. I really like this call.
Here you go with the pit timers. It's been a minute since
we've been able. Don't do that, though.
Oh, no. That's not going to help. But McMurtry, did he get in the box? Well, we'll see here.
Yeah,
left sides.
McMurtry is in good. So this is going to benefit the 84, the 2 car. That little
Jennings is
that
in.
little hesitation. Yeah, just missing the box by that much. That's big
Derek,
time hurting.
Way out in front of Seth Fitzpatrick. Here comes Doug Solms down pit lane from 10th.
Yeah, and these guys have got to know that these guys are pitted behind him now. Who's going to come in? Seth running the bottom side of the racetrack. Seth Berger's slowing down. Nope, he's not coming in. Just passing a lap car. I'm trying to keep an eye on the leaders as we watch Jonathan Jennings get his service done. He's away. Very clean pit stop. Greg Holt, you see Zen after the damage he's had. Also, Adam Garner, Doug Solms also getting their service done for the final time in this race.
Good stop, Adam. 14-4.
Yeah, good stop there.
Now, you want to see where does Aldrich come out in relation to these guys? You were Aldrich. Okay, so he's had a rough little day. But McMurtry and Fitzpatrick, they're nose to tail out there on the racetrack. None of the leaders have come in just yet.
Yep, still watching the leaders. This has been a couple of laps now, so how will this shake things up? And maybe they're thinking, you know what, if it does go green to the end, I want the freshest tires.
Fresher tires at the end.
At the end of the race, so that could also be the thinking. But these guys are starting to come up on lap traffic, and this could really hurt their times.
And this is
so
Adam who just came off the pit
it.
lane. He's not going to get this one up easy.
Yeah, he's going to have the faster time, so this is going to be interesting here. This could really compromise the leader.
This is the first 30-year Herczeg's had all day, but he's going to try to draft on by. Adam, again, he's not going to give it up easy. He just got fresh tires. He thinks he can stay ahead of the leader.
He can, too. And is Herczeg looking to come in? No.
That probably would have been the time. Stuck in lap traffic. Change strategy. Come on in. Don't compromise yourself. I'm loving this. I wonder how well.
And he's loose. The 39 got loose, getting into turn one, is able to save it, but man, he is loose. He lit up the tires there.
Now I do know Zoltan Herczeg from Nork back in season 13. They're in the Xfinity cars. I think Herczeg. No, he's staying out. And I known Herczeg is the guy. Other than Daniel Falkenham, who absolutely lit it up that season. Now, Daniel, he won 10 races out of like 22. So, I mean, Daniel was on another planet. But Zoltan Herczeg won 4 or 5. And I've always known him as a driver who's going to go long on this. Now, that was the Xfinity car, to be fair. Max Service is in the pit lane. That was the Xfinity car. But Zoltan Herczeg was always pretty much the king of long runs back in Nork. So, I'm intrigued to see if that pertains to on the NextGen, in the NextGen car.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, these cars do handle similar and can wear tires similar to the Xfinity car. I think it's the closest car that it's.
McMurtry is blown by Max Service.
Oh wow, yeah. So this is.
Eric Peck, more than likely speeding if he knocked out a cone like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's probably a speeding penalty for the 16, but. I was going to say McMurtry was already in front of Service, I believe, but way in front now. And I'm just looking at the timing here, trying to find out where McMurtry is.
He ran 7 tenths faster than Herczeg last lap.
Yep, and they are exiting turn 2 as the leaders are going into turn 3. So this could change hands as the leader, but then again, with the fresher tires, how long will they be able to stay in front of the leaders? Will that fresh air make all the difference as we're going to get closer and closer to 30 laps to go, 33 to go now, and this time by. So,
do we know if we're going to go green to the end?
Yeah, it's so many things to think about here. This has been a more cautions that we've seen ever at Chicagoland in this series. Guys were on the inside. Looks like the 39's slowing.
Yep, here he comes.
And there's the leader. Okay, so Herczeg is coming in. Oh, you got to whoa it down.
But he made it. He didn't want to do what his teammate did. He wanted to make down pit lane.
Yeah, this is a tough pit road to entry to get right.
It's so late.
Yeah, it's late and it sneaks up on you. You think you can carry more speed off the turn than you really can. And he doesn't slide through the box this time, so
yeah,
good.
That's huge.
Big stop.
Here comes Kazi. Seth Berger stays out. Kazi's in. Oh, a little wide. Very wide. Uh-oh. Did he make it?
I think he sped. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Andrew Pratt is in. Andrew Pratt came in at third. Oh, wait, no. No, he's just getting out of the box. Herczeg has been overtaken by Derek McMurtry. And McMurtry is the effective race leader out there. Way out there in front of Herczeg, who still has to get the speed. Here comes Schumacher to pit lane. Berger and Reeves are still out there.
Is that a race-winning call there from the 84 team?
And now, no. Looking, Seth Berger's still going. I guess Seth Berger's made his bed now. He's got to go as long as he can.
Yeah, at this point, you got to go as long as you can. Maybe hope for a caution here. Trap people a lap down. There's only 2 cars on the lead lap. 3 cars on the lead lap. Seth Berger, Jacob Reeves, Jeremiah Stutzman. So if you get a caution now, this turns the race on its head.
This is the battle now for 8th in track position. Effectively, I'd say this is the battle for 5th between Hertzeg and Kazi, and that's huge that this is the battle for 5th that I'm talking about.
Yeah, this was the battle for the lead not too long ago.
Reeves is in. We won't take our eyes off this battle just yet.
77 is in 77.
Here comes race leader Seth Berger. Where does he come out in relation? How far back is he going to be? Is it... I don't know if it's going to be worth it at this point. But
so I'm keeping an eye on the 84 and the 2. They're going to be the ones that inherit this lead. Jeremiah Stutzman's still on the track, so he is effectively the race leader, but he has not pitted yet. So Stutzman will lead this lap. Here comes the 2. 2 has passed the 84.
Wow, Seth Fitzpatrick to the theoretical race lead.
They are passing Seth Berger now.
That's a long stop for Seth. He had a 16.2 in the box.
Oh, that's really going to hurt. And then in relation to the 39 and the 88, they're passing him now. So, yeah, Seth's going to have some work cut out for him here. Those last 28 laps, he's got to run some qualifying laps here if he wants to catch back up.
And Jeremiah Stutzman, there he is on pit lane. Give him his little TV time. He did lead that last lap. But Seth Fitzpatrick has taken over the lead here at Chicagoland. Derek McMurtry in second. And the times are going to start to kind of reset. As you see, Zoltan Hertzeg's only 2.5 seconds back.
Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds back, closing about 0.2 a lap at the moment.
So,
again,
I think he'll get there, but it's the overtake that's the problem.
About 10 laps between the tires. So 10 laps separate the top 3 from Zoltan Hertzeg. Jennings. Jennings is...
he's under attack right now from Zoltan Hertzeg. That's what he is.
Yep. I was saying he's getting past right now, but this will be the first one.
Oh my God, that was easy. That was easy.
Yeah, that looked way too easy. Here comes Causey right behind him.
So, is it all for naught for Seth Berger, who he is 6 seconds back in the race leader, but you just saw how easy it was for Hertzeg to power by Jennings.
Yeah, and then they're catching. They are definitely catching the front 2 guys. How much of they're still battling for the lead up here too, so this could get interesting very quickly.
I think McMurtry, I don't know, I guess battle for lead. Hopefully you get a caution at this point because you're getting caught, or I don't know, because if you battle Fitzpatrick for the lead, you're just gonna hurt both of yourselves. I don't think it matters at this point. Might as well.
Yeah, these guys are catching really quickly now.
They're within a second.
Like under a second. So it was a good try here from these 2 guys. I really like the call. You had to do something different. You know that 39 is fast. The 77, the 88. If you wanted a chance to win this race, lead some laps, this was the chance to do it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to pan out too well. Hertzeg, man, is on a rail catching these guys. He's on the back bumper already.
Yeah, he's looking at McMurtry now. Like he's, oh my goodness, to the outside. McMurtry, I guess, tried to block, and Hertzeg will just power right on by the outside. McMurtry fights, and that is a done deal for a second. And now Zoltan Hertzeg powers up to the rear end of Seth Fitzpatrick. He's near contact, and McMurtry. Did McMurtry go around? Oh, McMurtry's wrecking!
McMurtry's around.
And that's gonna bring out a yellow. Oh no, he hits Jennings!
Is that Jennings, the 91?
Jonathan Jennings got hit there. Jennings is going to have right front damage. Oh, no. Now, what happened to Derek McMurtry?
This takes up a lot of things. Seth Berger, the youngest tires out there, 7 laps. Everyone else is above 10.
I don't know if they're gonna not pit here. No,
Oh, Causey got into him.
just a tap.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. Is that going to be the 88 and the 84? Oh, man.
Jennings hit hard there. He was trying to get by it, and McMurtry's still rolling down the track for the momentum of the hit. And
man, is that going to be the 88 out of the an EOL there? Normally, the first 2 drivers involved in the incident that brings out a caution in this league, both of them get EOLs.
let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we saw it from the overhead, right? But that's gonna be hard to sell against.
Yeah, and everybody's coming down except the 77. 77 stays out.
Oh man. An intriguing decision there. Fitzpatrick's in. Berger stays out. Well, we shall see. Nobody else has stayed out with him. Kevin Thompson has.
Kevin Thompson's on 31 lap old tires, I'm reading here.
And Fitzpatrick gets out of pit lane first over Herczeg. Looks like Service comes out off the pit lane in third over Gianni and Andrew Pratt.
88 taking damage repairs. He is still on pit road.
Probably getting EOL'd here. He probably wouldn't have done that without an EOL. Well, this changes everything. Seth Berger has stayed out here. Kevin Thompson has stayed out. I don't entirely know to play for Kevin Thompson. This is going to try up the 44 of Molnick's a lap down. Thompson
is coming in
now. Molnick's will not get a lap back there, and Molnick expected to. Fitzpatrick has fresh tires.
This will give Jeremiah Stutzman a lap back. He is in front of Seth Berger.
And there goes Molnick's in sent backwards. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of point y'all towards our social media outlets here at Pit Stop TV. Of course, we have our Facebook, facebook.com/Pit Stop TV. You can check out our Twitter at Pit Stop TV_. We have our Instagram at Pit_Stop_TV. And our YouTube channel, which we are live to right now for tonight's race. YouTube.com/C/Pit Stop TV1. And we have our Twitch channel at Twitch.tv/Pit_Stop_TV. And why I point you there is because we are back to our full normal crew here for the Outlaws Sim Series. Evan Zimmerman has joined me on the call tonight. Ed Shearer, who was on the call with me last week, out for Devin, who was not feeling the greatest. Ed Shearer is back out there taking pictures of all the incredible action tonight. His work at our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter pages. I want to go ahead and also take a look at the weather that has kind of changed over the course of the race, and you can see it there. 88 degrees of track temp, Devin. This track temp started at 100 degrees, 101 degrees Fahrenheit. The winds will calm down a little bit as well, but that's a huge difference, right, Devin?
Yeah, very huge difference, and also a very interesting dynamic as far as the tire wear. So Seth Berger again did not pit. The only car not to pit that time. He only had about 6 laps on his tires. So will that be a difference? Will this track temperature being lower help him out to maintain this lead?
We will have to see on the restart. So far, we've had 7 yellows, 22 laps, 16 lead changes tonight. That's it's been a good race. It's been a very entertaining race. And they have added a lap to the caution period.
There's some talk about people that did not stay in the correct lanes.
I saw Max switch. I was a little confused on why he did switch. We will see what race control rules. Race control is Joshua Balliet, driver who made it to the championship 4 in season 1. Drove the 7 car. And ran a little bit last season, but not full time. And basically, as Adam was looking for a race controller, Balliet still wanted to be a part of the Outlaws Sim Series in some aspect, just did not really enjoy racing at that time. Offered to Adam, hey, I'll race control for you. Adam liked that very much. Adam was able to get back out onto the track as a result. We have a full-time Adam Gardner, as Joshua Balliet kind of runs everything in the race control booth. And like no changes were made up here, anyway, to the running order.
And it looks like we're going to go this time by.
So it looks like the field will stay the way it is. That just kind of helps Seth Berger out a little bit. Now makes it a 16-lap shootout. If we go green from here to the end, that Seth has to hold on to that race lead. The iRacing.com safety vehicle is in the safety of pit lane. We're racing once again from Chicagoland.
Oh.
Zoltan Herzeg has now put himself up into the second position. He looks to try to chase down race leader Seth Berger. Gianni and Service nearly made contact there off of turn 2. But here's the battle for the race lead. Seth Berger now has to try to hang on against one of the fastest drivers all day today. Zoltan Herzeg drives it down to the bottom side. To no avail that time around, but can Seth hold on 15 more times?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that on old tires. Maybe if he was on new tires, he would. You see Herzeg clears him in the center of the turn, up in front of the 77. Nothing he could do. These fresh tires really online. Seth's trying to fight back, though.
Robert Gianni, the fastest lap that time round. Zoltan Herzeg solidly cleared to the race lead. Fitzpatrick and Gianni duking it out there in third. Near contact. Oh, caution. I'm sorry, no caution. Accident. Now up and over is Kevin Thompson. That will be a caution. Barrel rolling down the back straightaway is the 21, and now he'll land on his wheels. A wild ride for Kevin Thompson, and his day is done. He is toted back to the pit lane, and that car is destroyed.
Wow. That was a huge wreck back in the field. It looks like I think it was Andrew Pratt was the first one. He got loose.
Okay, we'll see here at least what happens. I'm going to just assume Kevin Thompson catches up to it. And, yeah, there it is. Happens right in front. Oh, my goodness. And he goes barrel rolling down the back straightaway.
Yeah, huge hit and a huge barrel roll down the back. And this really hurts Seth Berger. Now this caution, now that he's lost the lead and being on the outside, he's going to be at a disadvantage or wherever he decides to line up. But he's got to stay out, and now it's just complicating the problems of staying out on the old tires. As we see a bunch of guys in the back of the pack dive in.
Here's Pratt. Sideways by himself. Hard impact into the wall. Got hit by Jacob Reeves. And nowhere for Kevin Thompson to go. And got hit by Molnix as well. And Thompson just barrel rolls off the screen. Big accident off of turn 2 here at Chicagoland Speedway.
Yeah, big impacts there.
Now, this is not the gyro cam. This is just a static onboard inside the cockpit of the 21 of Kevin Thompson. I want us to ride on board and watch this ride, though. Here it comes, folks.
Yeah, the spin cycle on your washing machine there.
That's what it looks like. Yep, a washing machine. Over and over and over. He saw the track and the sky, and well, really he saw the fence there, but my goodness. That is a wild ride. That's not a wreck I expected to see at Chicagoland either. That's a wreck you see at a Daytona or Talladega or an iRacing Super Speedway. Not here. My goodness.
Yeah, real interesting to get a car to flip here at Chicagoland, but it can happen. We see it happen sometimes, especially on iRacing, and we get one there. Unfortunately, at the expense of Kevin Thompson, who have been trying some interesting strategies. Thought he might get a lap led. I think that last time, unfortunately, Seth stays out, keeps that away from him. But yeah, it's going to get down to the nitty gritty here. We're going to be under 10 laps to go when we take the green. Be at 9 laps to go when we take the green next time. And yeah, I think Seth Berger's really going to have to put his elbows out to stay on the podium. He's got a hungry Gianni behind him, as well as a Seth Fitzpatrick.
So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on so far. We have, let's recap the order before the choose rule anyway. Zoltan Hertzeg is your race leader. Seth Berger in second. Seth Berger is on older tires by about 6 or 7 laps. Robert Gianni is in third. Seth Fitzpatrick is in fourth. Max Service is in fifth. Adrian Schumacher in sixth. Adam Gardner having a nice run in seventh. Eric Peck in eighth. Doug Solms in ninth. Joseph Kazi in 10th. You have then Jeremiah Stutzman 11th. Nathan Aldrich 12th. Derek McMurtry 13th. James Gilliard in 14th. He's the last car on the lead lap. The choose rule will be happening now on your screen. You'll see cars going to the right of your screen for the inside lane, to the left of your screen for the outside lane. From then on, Jacob Reeves is still stopped. He is now 2 laps down in 15th. Kevin Thompson is 4 laps down in 16th. And he's going to be effectively out of the race along with Andrew Pratt, who has already left the session. Daniel Molnix is out right now, 7 laps down in 18th. Jonathan Jennings is 11 laps down in 19th. Andrew St. Cour is still running, 33 laps down in 20th. And everybody else has disconnected from the session behind him, to the likes of John Mickey, Matt Rogers, Jason Miz, Andrew Schroeder, Greg Holt, Robert Thorns, and Matthew Setzer. Tyler Markle practiced, was registered for the qualifying session, but did not take the green flag.
Yeah, we're getting it down here. This is going to be the run through the end, possibly, pending another caution. But here we go, Emerson. Pull those belt straps tight. It's going to get fun.
Yes, it will. A 9-lap run to the checkers, if we can get it. The field in the hands of Zoltan Hertzeg. And VIRacing.com safety vehicle makes that hard left-handed turn into the safety of pit lane. We're racing once again from Joliet. And never mind. I thought I saw yellow lights. My apologies. But very tight back here. Everybody darting around one another. You got oh so tight there off of turn 4. I thought we may as well nearly had a yellow there with how tight they were racing. Sideways is Adam Gardner. Sideways is Nathan Aldrich.
Yeah, everybody's starting to get sideways, trying to get as much out of the car as they can. Here we go, back to Adrian Schumacher. They're right behind him. Joseph Kazi looking to the inside, trying to make his way back up through the field after the incident that he was involved in. Hertzeg, however, is running away with us. His teammate, though, is the only one it looks like who can catch him. Seth Berger sitting comfortably in third right now. Fitzpatrick in fourth.
Max Service to round out the top 5. Seth Berger holding station there in third. Will he be able to hang on for at least the podium? We'll have to see. This time that'll be 6 laps to go for the leaders. And does Gianni maybe try to make a run? Is he going to be content to be in second for a potential race victory? Dangles in front of him. We'll have to see. Fitzpatrick tries to close that gap on Seth Berger.
Yeah, and it's a big time.
And Gianni the fastest
here.
lap.
Big time decision here. Does Gianni go for the win here? Both of these cars have been running very similar lines the whole race. You're going to have to change it up if you want to get by your teammate. Passing here is oh so difficult. What do you do if you are Gianni at this point?
It depends what he wants. Does he want to win? He's got to ship it to the outside if Zoltan takes the inside and vice versa. Gonna turn 1 a great run. We'll follow him there. 5 laps to go.
5 laps to
I
go.
think
Seth Berger
Berger is
still
sideways.
battling with Seth. Yeah, he's battling with Seth Fitzpatrick, trying to run that high line, forcing Fitzpatrick to go down on the low line. And we see, I think that's
Car
Adam
blowing
Bowner.
up. Oh, no, not Adam. He was well within inside the top 10, and Adam Gardner has blown that motor. That is unfortunate. Max Evans caught up to Seth Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's becoming a 2-horse race here up at the front. The big battle for third is going to be coming. And then what does these two B&G drivers, what do they do? Are there team orders? It looks like Herzeg's starting to open up a gap, though.
Yeah, Gianni's starting to get left a little bit. I don't know if Gianni's maybe backing off, trying to save his tire and maybe get one last hard push here. 3 laps to go. Herzeg holding station over Gianni in second. And Adam Gardner's just trying to make laps there on the bottom side of the racetrack, just trying to finish the race. Fitzpatrick in service, duking it out. Service, is he going to be able to send it down into the inside of Fitzpatrick into turn 3? Gonna try.
Yeah, Gianni's starting to close back up as well, so this is going to be a 2 laps to go now. Is this lead going to change one more time? Herzeg trying to hold on his teammate right behind him, Gianni, trying to possibly get a win.
We spoke with Robert Gianni in the pre-race. He told us that Brad Bothwell was not going to show up tonight because he had a passing in the family. Of course, our condolences are out to him. But in his absence, B&G Motorsports is first and second with 1 lap to go here at the Chicago Land Speedway white flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams. B&G Motorsports is first and second here in the Outlaws Sim Series. Zoltan Herzeg and Robert Gianni down the back straightaway for the final time.
And I don't know if he's going to get there. Too much of a space. He's going to send it, though. He's not going to quite get there. And he's going to wash up off the turn. Zoltan Herzeg's going to get the win, I think.
And Zoltan Herzeg to the line will win at the Chicagoland Speedway for B&G Motorsports. It is a 1-2. I think when Bothwell could definitely use a pick-me-up. That is huge to see his team, his teammates do that. A 1-2 finish. And Zoltan Herzeg is an Outlaw Sim Series winner for the first time in his career.
Yeah, and what a masterful display. I mean, these guys showed speed at a 1.5 mile speedway at Atlanta. And again, here at Chicago, I think this is the team to watch as we go forward on the 1.5 miles. These guys looked fast and absolutely dominated. The only one who was really putting up a fight was Seth Berger all day, possibly Joseph Causey. Both of them had some issues. Joseph Causey getting involved in an accident, just really kind of bumped somebody, and that caused an accident, so he gets the EOL. Seth Berger on old tires. But, man, what a drive, taking nothing away from this 39 car as he burns it down here on the front stretch. What a drive from Zoltan Herzeg.
Zoltan Herczeg burns it down on the front straightaway. Now look at that beautiful straight line burnout. And, you know, Zoltan definitely, I mean, he was the dominant car today. He was definitely the fastest. And, well deserved, I think. Zoltan Herczeg with the win at Chicagoland. And he's going to go on a Polish victory lap. We'll let him do that, and then we'll bring him on up for a post-race interview. And kind of let him have a moment to himself.
Yeah, let the BNG
Yeah.
fans, BNG faithful here watching, knowing that one of their drivers is going through a difficult time. This, again, like you said, Emerson, should have helped provide a pick-me-up, knowing that this team came out here and got the 1-2 finish. Great driving from the BNG crew tonight, especially that 39. Again, we can't say how much he dominated this race. From the get-go, got out front with Seth Berger. Some great battling that we saw, but ultimately he comes out the winner.
And Zoltan Herczeg, bring it around to the front straightaway. Do some extra donuts. Why don't you? He deserves it. But I think now we're going to go ahead and bring him on up. Zoltan Herczeg, Stage 1 winner. Now a winner in the Outlaws Sim Series. At a time, I think, when your team needed to pick me up, especially Brad, right at this moment. How huge is this for you and for B&G Motorsports?
Yeah, this is massive. After a super rocky start, how both teammates, me and Robbie G, got together last week. It was just a huge turnaround race that we needed, and hopefully we can keep this momentum, keep it going, and put together some good finishes.
Today you led 91 laps, easily most laps led tonight. But it was not easy the entire time. Of course, you were under fire from Seth Berger early. Heavy duty side-by-side battles with him. Then your teammate was breathing down your neck for a good majority of that second half. And then the pit strategy there before the slow yellows at the end. Were you dead set on running that car as long as you did to pit? Or was there part of you maybe thinking about splitting it in half? Or what was going through your head as the laps kind of went on? We got that long green flag run right there before that slew of yellows at the end.
Yeah, I was thinking about just splitting it perfect even, and then once Rob missed the pit road, I was like, okay, that's one less person for now that I'd have to worry about. And then I started to pull a little bit on the two guys behind me, so I was like, all right, I might as well just stay out a little longer. But I definitely wanted to be the first one on pit road out of that little group of cars, just to get that little bit of advantage, because it's definitely tough to pass the lead car, and I wanted that fresh air really bad. It meant a lot. So that was the key strategy, was just to try to keep that clean air, and if I didn't get it, try to get it as fast as possible.
Now, again, you had some rough luck to start off the season, but finally you're an Outlaws Sim Series winner. With that in mind, you can look forward to, again, a long schedule of a lot of diverse tracks. What's the goal in mind now that you finally got this first monkey off your shoulder?
Goal is just keep working at it, trying to get better at this car, and try to get better at making setups. I'm very new to it. I don't know really anything of it, and Brad and James do a lot of work on these setups, and I'm definitely trying to learn from them. But yeah, just try to learn and get better.
And while Brad tonight was absent with the unfortunate passing in his family, his team will come out and still perform very well with a 1-2 finish tonight for B&G Motorsports. Zoltan Herczeg, you're a winner in the Outlaws Sim Series. Congratulations, brother. Yeah, best luck to you in the coming weeks, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I just I know we really wanted to get this done for Brad, and I'm glad we were able to do so.
driver of the number 39 race winner, Zoltan Herczeg. A first-time winner in the Outlaws Sim Series. Paired with Jonathan Jennings and Joshua Lane Fox. 3 first-time winners this season, Devin, in the Outlaws Sim Series. 7 races in.
Yeah, big diversity of winners coming through, and it's nice to see these new guys coming in, showing a lot of speed, and really showing that this isn't going to be kind of a runaway between anyone. It's going to be a very tight battle all the way to the end. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and talk to our second place finisher.
We're going to go ahead and go through results.
We'll go through results. My bad.
Yeah, and then we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get some more of an interviews on the other side of post-race break. But we had to talk to our race winner right away, get those raw emotions for sure. But yeah, the results, the top 10, it shook up a lot, but you'll see most of these names that we're talking about all day up here. Zoltan Herczeg with his first career Outlaws Sim Series victory. He'll beat out teammate Robert Gianni who will finish second. Seth Berger will still hang on for a podium in third. Seth Fitzpatrick in fourth. Max Service will come home in fifth. Joseph Kiazi will come home in sixth. Eric Peck seventh. Adrian Schumacher in eighth. Jeremiah Stutzman in ninth. And Nathan Aldrich rounds out the top 10, Devin.
Yeah, and then 11th, we're going to see James Gilliard in the 33 car. Nice recovery for him. With the issue that he had early on in the race, Derek McMurtry, after a big wreck, stays on the lead lap, comes from 12th, and then we start getting into the lap down cars. Adam Garner with a blown engine, able to nurse it around, come home 13th. Doug Solms ran into trouble late, too. He comes 14th, 16th, 6 laps down. Jacob Reeves involved in a big accident, comes home in the 15th position, 12 laps down. Kevin Thompson, who took a nasty barrel roll down the back straightaway, he comes home in 16th, 13 laps down. Andrew Pratt, 14 laps down at 17th. Daniel Mullenix, who had a very rough night nursing a car that was pretty damaged from the onset, brings it home 18th, 18 laps down. Jonathan Jennings, our points leader, runs into a rough night, 21 laps down back in 19th. And Andrew St. Cour, a rough night for him, 33 laps down back in 20th.
Gonna go ahead and finish off Heartbreakers Row. Matt Rogers comes home 94 laps down in 21st, along with John Mickey there in 22nd. Jason Miz takes it out, calls it a night, 96 laps down in 23rd. Andrew Schroeder will come, his night will come to a rest 102 laps away from the finish in 24th. Greg Holt out of the race, 124 laps from the finish in 25th. Robert Thorns finishes in 26th, 156 laps down. Matthew Setzer, 27th, 158 laps down. And Tyler Markle did not take the green flag tonight. Well, don't you go anywhere. On the far side of this break, we will have more post-race coverage and more from the Chicagoland Speedway here, the Outlaw Sim Series round number 7. First-time winner tonight. We got the rest of the podium to talk to and more. Don't you go anywhere.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound Art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound Art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome back, race fans, back to the virtual Chicagoland Speedway here in Joliet, Illinois. We're in the post-race coverage here of round 7 of the Outlaws Sim Series, again from the Chicagoland Speedway. And the race in Chi-Town did not disappoint tonight. Zoltan Hertzeg dominated tonight with 91 laps led, but it was not just him running away with it by any means. We had a wild race on our hands the rest of the go-round. And we're going to have our second place finisher tonight, Rob Gianni. Come on up, Devin. He's headed your way.
You know, it was a decent run. I'm not the greatest on the short tracks. This is my cup of tea right here. Here, super speedway's okay. I'm good on the cookie cutter tracks. Zolt's gonna be a tough competition everywhere, but myself, this is where I tend to do at least my best racing. Atlanta was a good run. I just got too greedy and I wrecked myself out early. Here, I didn't want to do that. Stayed a little patient. Was able to settle in. You know, just go through my motions. That pit stop killed me. I blew that pit stop late in that race, and I got some luck and was able to get a lucky caution, and we were able to get back to second place.
Yeah, so we'll go back to the first question. It was just, we'll just recap those last couple laps for us again. Apologize for that. But yeah, to recap those last couple laps, what you were looking for, and going for the win there.
Basically, 5 laps to go. I just didn't want to break out. Draft was too strong. Didn't want any problems. So I stayed in line, back down, kind of just hung behind Zolt. Hopefully he would make a mistake. He didn't. It's tough to rattle his cage. And went into the 4th lap. Kind of lost some ground. I kind of screwed up. I believe turn 3. Got loose. Had to put it into catch-up mode. Was able to kind of get back to Zolt, but was not close enough. Going into the last corner, I tried to rattle his cage a little bit, get a little deeper, but he knows that. I've been racing with him my whole life, and he knows I'm going to drive a little harder. I'll wreck his ass if I got to get to a win. But there's never team orders. There's never team orders. We finished 1-2, but it was a great finish. So happy for that, and I was happy to get that for Brad.
Yeah, definitely good to get it for the sentimental value there, and uplifting the spirits of your fellow teammate. But the 1-2 finish, and again, we mentioned the mile-and-a-half program here for B&G Motorsports. You guys really fast at Atlanta, really fast here. Can you build on this momentum that you have with the mile-and-a-half program that you have kind of made? Can y'all build on that momentum going forward to tracks that say aren't a mile-and-a-half?
Going forward, I believe the mile-and-a-halves are going to be our best. Here in the super speedways, we're going to have very good teamwork. We're going to be able to get these done. But I don't know, short track program, I'm not that great on the short tracks. But you never know. I was able to finish 10th at the fairgrounds. So if you just pull off a couple top 10s here or there, and then you're in it to win it at these cookie cutter mile-and-a-halves, I think that's all I need to get me into the playoffs, and that's what we're striving for. And right now, I think this momentum is going to be very, very good for B&G Motorsports and going forward.
Yeah, I guess it's such a great to see you guys putting it all together finally. I know Bothwell was great last season. You guys are now showing speed again this season. It's good to see. And congratulations again on the 2nd place. And we wish you the best of luck going forward. Of course, we want to get your final thoughts. Of course, on the season that's going forward here. I mean, it kind of gets more into the meat of the potatoes of the season. Just give us your final thoughts here going forward, and what you look to see happen as we go forward in this season.
Going forward, I'm looking forward to a lot more interviews with you guys at the end of these races, and hopefully kick my teammates' ass in a couple more of these. So that's all. Hopefully I could kick his ass. He kicked my ass today, but we'll get there. So.
Well, we greatly appreciate it. We'll get you back down to your team to continue celebrating. Again, congratulations on the 2nd place.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And that was 2nd place finisher Rob Gianni. Again, a nice 1-2 finish for B&G Motorsports. Again, with the team owner, or I guess Brad Bothwell, being absent tonight for that passing in the family. A strong run for the team. I'm going to go ahead and bring on up our 3rd place finisher tonight, Seth Berger in the 77. Seth, it was your home track. You had a great run tonight. Started 5th, got up there, led 65 laps. Buzzed around the top 10 a little bit. Then a little bit of strategy kind of caught you out there with the yellows at the end. What kind of happened at the end, man?
Like I said in the middle of the race interview, this car was just everywhere. It was so tough to pass. You really had to count on people making mistakes. And I knew Zoltan, he was on his game all day today. I didn't think he was going to make any mistakes. And I only had a few laps on my tires, so I wanted to stay out there. And I wish he didn't clear me within under a lap and a half. But that was my best chance at winning it. If I pitted with the rest of them, I didn't have the car to make a pass. Everyone was just so fast and on edge at the same time that you just had to count on people messing up. But like I said, I gave it my best shot. That was my best chance at winning it, but glad I got a top 3.
Yeah, actually pretty remarkable you were able to hold on for the podium with everybody behind you with the fresh tires. Looked like a blast out there. This car, this track, I know it's no longer on the NASCAR schedule, but your home track and it holds a lot. Means a lot to you, and to run this well here. What do you make of it all?
It's awesome to run well here. The last time Outlaws ran Chicagoland, I finished 2 laps down, and that was no fun. So to get a top 3, that was great. And to have Aspen on the hood and sides of the car looking crazy as she always is, it's awesome too.
Right on. Well, Seth, that's going to do it for Chicagoland. You got the third place finish. Looking forward. How you feeling about the rest of the season? Now we kind of crossed that, first 20-ish% hurdle of the season.
Well, we're running a lot stronger than I thought we would be. Luckily, the setups have been fast. Me and Max do a great job working on it in the practice. Do a lot of learning in that time. And yeah, thank you. I just want to say thank you to all of Burger Nation. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys can go check out Burger Arts on Instagram.
Right on. But that's our third place finisher, driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. And we're going to go ahead and also bring on up sixth place finisher tonight, Joseph Causey, in the number 88. And I wanted to bring him up because he had a wild race. He started way back in 16th, was as low as 21st, but he even got himself a lap led tonight. But he ended up finishing in 6th, Devin. From 16th to 6th, not too shabby at all. We'll bring him on up and send him your way, Devin.
Hey, Joseph, this is Devin in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Hey, yes, I do.
Hey, man, what a tough race for you. You were looking good in primed position here after the pit stop, the final pit stop, and then you started catching the guys who pitted a little bit sooner, and then it kind of went wrong from there. Can you kind of walk us through what happened from your perspective, and then what resulted in the trying to work your way back up through the field at the finish there?
Me and Zoltan, we were coming up through the field pretty quick. Probably catching those guys probably like a second a lap faster than them. But, if you get someone that parks it in front of you, you can't do much of nothing. So, I mean, it is what it is. He's going to blame it on me, but I don't... Whatever at this point. It sucks, but all's well.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, you did fight your way back up through the pack, getting the EOL so late in the race, and still coming out of there with a 6th place finish has got to feel at least some sort of accomplishment, especially starting back in 16th. Kind of walk us through that drive back through the field in those final laps.
Well, I mean, you got so many cars killed, so I mean, now at that point in time, there were hardly no more cars left. Freaking. You get right back up there pretty quickly, without a lot of cars on the track. But, I mean, we got back up there. I would have loved to got the drive sooner with Max and them to get back in the top 5, but it didn't happen. I tried to throw fresher tires on the right side when we got that real quick caution to try to make a run at it, but the car just... Yeah, as soon as I lost the drafting, it was just like it was fell on its face.
Yeah, we were wondering how that draft would play an effect here at Chicagoland. You just kind of nailed it perfectly. The season, though, is not really going the way of Performance Sim Sports. We're used to seeing you guys out there dominating. Greg has run into quite a bit of trouble. You've run into some trouble of your own so far in the early part of the season. Now, that's not to mean that you guys aren't out of the playoff hunt at this moment, but how do you change the season going forward? I've still got a long way to go, but I know you guys want to get this season and the ship righted before it gets too late in the season. Just kind of walk us through what the plan is going forward for you guys.
I mean, we're just trying to throw things at it. We were practicing before we started this race, trying to make the car. We thought we had it right, but apparently we didn't have it all the way right. I mean, we were not. I didn't feel like we had the speed or whatever. But I mean, near the end, after tires wore out a little bit, it seemed like we had a little bit more speed. But I mean, it just seemed with it not being in the draft, it would just fall on its face. Like I said, it just he couldn't keep up with them.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to do that, of course. Once you have the setups and everything, and you get in the race and just realize it's not exactly what you needed. going forward, like I said, looking at the races coming up, what kind of stands out to you? What are you looking forward to kind of get your season turned around?
I don't even know what's the next races. Let me look real quick. Freaking Talladega, Iowa, Rockingham. I think I got a pretty decent setup for that one in Martinsville. So I mean, there's a couple of setups. A couple of my guys at Frontline, they got some good stuff coming up for these couple next races coming up. So hopefully, I mean, me and Greg, we were mostly practicing by ourselves trying to get this figured out, and I guess we just didn't have it all the way figured out.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys can do that. We want to talk to you kind of in those first 3 interviews and not so much in this one, but we'll go ahead and get you back to your team. Appreciate the time. Appreciate you talking to us after the race here. Again, congratulations on the drive back through the field. I know it's not what you wanted, but it's still an impressive drive nonetheless. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 88, Joseph Kazi, again finishing 6th after starting 16th. Had a storming run to the field early. Again, looks, as Devin alluded to, looked like Performance Center wasn't just all there tonight. And they're looking to make strides to get back to their top spot here in the Outlaws Sim Series. With that being said, let's kind of wrap up how things went tonight here at the Chicagoland Studio, but we're not done here at Pit Stop TV. We got much more coming up this week for the channel. Tomorrow we have a couple broadcasts here. It'll be 3 p.m. here in the States, but 8 p.m. across the pond in UK. British Sim Racers Towing Cars taking to the Knock Hill Racing Circuit, the reverse layout, I should say. It was a lot of fun earlier this week with the Mazda Miatas. But tomorrow night they'll be doing the same thing in the touring cars. You won't want to miss that. Then tomorrow night, the North American Racing League GT3 Series has their their amateur field, their pro-am field do battle tomorrow night at the Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria's the Red Bull Ring. A fantastic track. I cannot wait to see how that GT3 field does there. I'm sure they're gonna have amazing racing with those long straightaways and tight, heavy braking zones. And then we're off over the weekend. We'll pick back up with British Sim Racers MX5s, their Trophy Tuesdays at the Sonoma Raceway. Again, it says 4 p.m. Eastern here in the States, 8 p.m. UK over there. I don't believe that's right. I believe it's also 3 p.m. Eastern here in the States as well. But nonetheless, look out for it in the afternoon Tuesday. And yeah, I believe there's actually no Porsche Cup race next Tuesday night, so I think they're taking a week off. But next Wednesday we'll be back at it. We'll actually have a doubleheader next Wednesday. The International Online Racing League Indy Cars take to the Michigan International Speedway, and while we'll be over here with Outlaws in the cornfields of Iowa for round 8 here of the Outlaws Sim Series NextGen Cup season, again from the Iowa Speedway. So a lot of good stuff coming up, Devin. What you make of it?
Yeah, a lot of good racing coming up in all of the leagues here. The Thursday night, tomorrow afternoon and night. Some good racing from both the British Sim Racers and the North American Racing League, so be sure to tune in there. Always good fun to watch all of these races here on Pit Stop TV. You can catch all the action on Pit Stop TV on our social media accounts, facebook.com/Pit Stop, or is it a // Pit Stop TV, Instagram.com/Pit_Stop_TV, Twitter.com/Pit Stop TV_, YouTube.com/C/Pit Stop TV1, and then also catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Pit_Stop_TV.
Yeah, and well, that'll do it from Chi-Town. Again, we're happy to have had you all here tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Pit Stop TV, Devin Zimmerman alongside me on the mic this evening, Ed Shearer on our social media coverage. I am Emerson Arden. Y'all take it easy. We thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all tomorrow afternoon for British Sim Racers and their touring car series from Knock Hill, or next one tonight for the Outlaws Sim Series action from Iowa.